I'm gonna have you submit the chemical testing PBTs. They're recommended 3 times a month. I'll make it bi-weekly for 3 months. If you're clean, I'll make it monthly. Obtain and maintain employment, provide proof, serve 3 days jail. I'll let you serve those by way of, I'm not gonna make you do the court work. I'll let you do community service, 3 days in lieu of jail, okay? So 24 hours of community service, and I'm gonna have you complete that in this case. I'll give you until July the 15th. Fines 100, costs 125, 75 victim choice fee, $50 justice assessment. So your fines and costs amount to $350, screening fees 60 for 410, probation fees are $240, your total $650. If you violate, your probation could be revoked. You could be incarcerated for 90 days. You have 21 days to appeal, 14 days to apply for a court-appointed lawyer for purposes of appeal. If you are if you're compliant at the end of that year, I'm going to dismiss your case. We're going to give you a review hearing date, and that'll be on motion to prosecutor. But you comply with everything, they'll move to dismiss, and this will go away. I mean, it'll still be on your criminal history as a non-public record. So the review date in this case will be on
May 6th of 26 at 9 o'clock.
May 6th of 26 at 9, you said?
Yes, 9 o'clock.
Okay, so that's what we'll do. So go down the hall. You will get your notice, and then you'll come back on that date. If you're compliant, again, the case will be dismissed. So, first of all, you have 21 days to appeal, 14 days to apply for a court-appointed lawyer for purposes of appeal. If you violate probation, you could get 90 days. Do you understand all that? Mr. Haggett, does he have money to pay today?
He doesn't, but he has a payment plan.
Yeah, I'm gonna let him pay $75 weekly, and I'm gonna start this beginning on June.
I appreciate the time, as I'm gonna work on getting that full.
June 23rd, okay? And if you need more time because you don't have employment yet, then you call the court, we'll go on Zoom, on or before the due date, on or before the due date. Or you can come in and see me, I'll be glad to give you an extension. Okay, do you understand that? Anything else?
No, sir.
Have a good day. It's not on this
You
case,
also,
is it?
thank you.
Come on. Great. Okay, thanks. Corey Wayne Branch. 25W838565 A and B. I want to have Mr. Persinger's file, if we don't have it down there. Your name, sir?
Corey Branch.
Charged with drivewell unlicensed, you're charged with no insurance, you have the right to a lawyer for arraignment. If you want one, I'll give you one, otherwise I'll arraign you and let you go talk to the prosecutor.
Talk to the prosecutor for good.
Pardon?
Line, please. Or talk to the prosecutor, you said?
Yeah, if you want me to give you a lawyer,
Yep.
I'm gonna give you a lawyer. If you don't, if you waive your right to a lawyer, I'm gonna arraign you and send you to the prosecutor, enter a not guilty plea after I arraign you and let you talk to the prosecutor.
I'll talk to the lawyer.
Okay, we'll give you a lawyer, go out in the hall and just be patient. They'll be with you momentarily.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Paula Pitts, Paula Simone Pitts, 24B146982 A and B.
Thank you, Judge, and good morning. For the record, Your Honor, House Counsel, Attorney Mike Golden, P65417, on behalf of Ms. Fitz. Ms., can you just please state your full legal name for the record?
Paula Simone Fitz.
Judge, according to this docket, we're on a show cause for the expired plate civil infraction. I do believe that she is not in default under the driving while license suspended, and reportedly is going to start making payments on that.
She's in default on the expired plate. We've
Yes.
never resolved the misdemeanor, which I'm gonna send you to them today.
Okay, I wasn't aware of that, Judge. Maybe
She
that's why-
showed up November 20th, 24. She was arraigned. They asked for an adjournment. I adjourned it to December 4th. They asked for another adjournment. I adjourned it to the 18th. She didn't show up on December 18th. We rescheduled the show. We rescheduled the show cause for January 15th. She didn't show up then.
Your Honor, what I can do is.
Hang on a second.
Yes,
You
Judge.
stand mute. Does she stand mute, wait formal reading?
On the DWLS, yes, Judge.
Where you been, ma'am?
I didn't have a car to get here.
That means you might not have a car next time. That means I should have to set a cash bond, so we'll give you a ride. The police back there can give you a ride. Don't play with me. I didn't have a ride. You live in Taylor. You know what I'd do if I didn't have a ride? And I'm serious. If I got a seatbelt ticket and I needed to be there, I'd walk to Taylor. Don't play games with me. You have some money with you?
No.
You better. What made you come in here today out of curiosity? You haven't been here in months. What made you come in today?
Because I had a warrant for my arrest.
We've had a warrant for your arrest for a long time.
I got paper in the mail, so I decided to show up.
I decided to show up.
I'll go take care of the DWLS. We'll come back and we'll recall the case if that please the court, Your Honor.
You don't endear yourself to judges when you pull this nonsense, Ms. Pitt. Do you
Mrs.
understand?
Fitz, Your Honor.
Fitz, I'm sorry, I mispronounced it. My apology. You still, Ms. Fitz, do not endear yourself to judges when you do this. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'll go take care of it.
$500 personal bond, ma'am, you miss again, you better bring a lot of money with you. You cannot leave the state without consent or violate a law. You must appear in court as directed. You go talk to them, and then I'll work with her on this one, Mr. Baldwin. If you resolve the initial one, I'll work with her on a payment plan on that,
All right, we
okay?
have that worked out.
Thank you.
Yes.
Abigail Gideon, 25W838-533.
I need the Fitz file.
Who? Yeah, I do.
It's not on the docket.
I know, but I'm gonna talk to him about something, that's sobriety court, so somebody needs to get the file for me. Ma'am, your name?
Thanks.
Abigail Nicole Gideon.
You're charged with drive while unlicensed.
Yes.
I'll be glad to give you a lawyer if you want one. Do you want a lawyer?
No, I'm just gonna plead guilty, Your Honor.
Well, don't do that. Don't rush into it. It is alleged that you did on April 28 to 25 at 4:57 PM operated motor vehicle on Allen or Freeland and Woodhaven while you were unlicensed. That is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 500 fines, 90 days jail, costs or all those. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right. Did you sign, read, and understand the advice of rights?
Yes, sir.
You plead guilty, you'll be giving up all those rights and there will be no hearing or trial. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right. So you waive your right to a lawyer still?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna enter a not guilty plea for you, okay? I'm gonna let you go talk to the prosecutor. I'm gonna give you a $500 personal bond. You cannot leave the state without the consent of the court or violate a law. You must appear in court as directed. So you can go over there to the prosecutor and you'll talk to him. And if he doesn't give you what you want, you can come back in here and ask me for a lawyer, okay?
Okay, sir.
Any questions before you go over there?
No, sir.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Okay. Maman Jamal Mahdi. I'm sorry, Maman Jamal Ahmed, 25W837-865A and B. I called the lawyer's name. Mr. Mahdi out there? Is Mr. Mahdi out there, Lisa? I see a stip form here.
Mr. Mahdi, this is his office. He's in an active bankruptcy court hearing at the moment. Can we call back his case in a couple minutes?
Are you a lawyer?
No, I'm his paralegal. He's just in another room on a 340.
Okay, I'll go ahead and call it in a few minutes, okay?
Okay,
Why don't
sounds
you,
good.
wait a minute, why don't you just get a hold of my judicial clerk when he's ready, okay? You can
Okay.
chat with her on there. Thanks.
All right, sounds
Brandon
good. Thank
Russell
you.
Persinger, 23R7200609. Can I have Emily in here, please? All right, Mr. Persinger, your name.
Brandon Persinger.
All right. I'm not sure exactly how much you owe. I'm gonna find out.
Almost 1,800.
Yeah, I mean, you've let this go, Brandon. I mean, I try to work with you and people in sobriety court and non-sobriety.
You just set up the payment plan with you, like, I was telling you, sales review, I just lost my job.
I know, but you gotta stay with me. I'm gonna let you do sobriety, community service.
Okay.
How many hours of community service can you do here? Because I'm not gonna give, pardon?
By when?
Emily's on her way, Judge.
I'm gonna give you $12.50 an hour for community service. That's the best I'm gonna do. So you can tell me how many hours you wanna do. Your name?
Emily Tessino?
He owes 1,800, bet 1,740 it looks like, right?
Yes, that's what I had.
You tell me what you wanna do.
I don't know, I'm really bad at math, but, I don't know, I can do whatever that equals to the $70 a week. I'll do that for like the next 3-4 weeks, so I'm back to work, you can start paying again.
All right, let me think this through. He's paying 70 per week?
That's what we had discussed last time, and then he lost his job.
Right.
But he would graduate, December, so we don't have a ton of time.
I know. All right. Let me think, 280. Figure out what 6 weeks today from is. Defendant can perform 20 hours of community service in lieu of paying 22 hours of community service in lieu of paying $350. But community service must be completed by June 19th. Payments of $70 per week to resume by June 26th, to resume June 26th. All money due by November 15th. Okay?
Yes, sir.
So
Thank you, Judge.
if you want to do that, I'll be glad to let you do that. 22 hours in lieu of paying $350, but it has to be completed by June 19th. Payments of $70 per week to resume by June 26th. All money due by November 15th. If we need to do this again, I don't have a problem. I'll be happy to work with you, okay? Good luck to you. Thank you. Ava Michelle Woodley, 25F243275. Your name, ma'am? All right, officer, your name?
Officer Denson, Flat Rock Police.
Good morning.
Morning, sir.
Was anybody hurt? or serious damage to the other car?
Both vehicles suffered serious damage, had to be towed, and the only person that was possibly injured was Ms. Woodley herself.
I mean, I don't mind if you want to reduce it to a 1-pointer, I can do that. Since nobody was hurt, I'll do that for her. If you want to make it 5 over, the speed limit on Olmsted is what, 35? 40?
40.
You want to plead is that good with you?
Yes, I was gonna ask if we could work something out. I did check her driving record.
I know.
This is the only ticket she has got.
It's just that when somebody's car is totaled, I just don't feel comfortable with it. So I'm sorry. Do you want to plead to that or do you want to have a hearing? Okay. I mean, accidents happen. It just,
I understand,
okay, to the charge 5 over, responsible or not responsible?
responsible.
Don't be all uptight here. Just relax, okay? Okay, I'll accept the plea, dismiss the original charge at 195 is your total. Can you pay that or do you need time? All right, I wish you well. Good luck. Do you have another one, officer? Do you have another?
No, it'll be Officer Bevan, if it's right on record.
Okay, thank you.
Judge, Mr. Mahdi is ready also.
People against, Jamal Ahmed, 25W837865, A and B. All right, counsel, good morning. Your appearance? Mr. Mahdi? Mr. Mahdi, you out there? Wendy K. Augustinus, 25W837876. Where is Wendy K. Augustinus? Come on up.
Right to the podium, man.
Your name, ma'am?
Wendy K. Augustinus.
You're charged with violation of the parental responsibility law. You have the right to a lawyer. If you want one, I'll give you one. If you want a lawyer. Okay, so you're charged with failure to ensure the regular attendance of your son at Bates Elementary, April 4 of 25 at 1:56 p.m. So they're saying you,
I have more
hang
notes.
on. So they're saying over a period of time that you failed to send your child to school. That is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 500 fines, 90 days jail, costs, or all those. Do you understand that?
Yes.
And did you sign, read, and understand the advice of rights?
Yes.
If you plead guilty, you'll be giving up all those rights, and there will not be a hearing or a trial. Do you understand that? All right, you still wish to waive your right to a lawyer? It's up to you.
I mean, I have notes about it.
It's up to you. If you want to represent yourself, you can. If you don't, it's up to you. I
guess
can't,
I can, I just need to talk to him.
I can't, wait a minute, talk, hang on, slow down, slow down. Just slow down. I can't go on this unless you tell me, Judge,
I'll represent myself.
are you sure? All right, so I'm gonna enter a not guilty plea for you. I'm gonna give you a $500 personal bond. You cannot leave the state without the consent of the court. You cannot violate a law. You must appear in court as directed. Defendant to ensure child attends school with no unexcused absences. Okay?
Yes.
We know how important it is to get through school. If we don't get through school, I don't know what we do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I wrote a couple notes. He was there, it was like 4 days. They didn't give me a note from my other son. It was only like 3 or 4 days over the limit.
Well, there shouldn't do, kids should never miss school unless they're sick, right?
I know, he did get,
But the kids should never miss school unless they're sick, right? Just like adults should never miss work unless they're sick,
he
right?
does have an enablement that helps with.
Okay, You go talk to the prosecutor. If he doesn't give you what you want, you can come back in and tell me you want a lawyer and I'll be happy to give you one, okay?
Oh, thank you.
All right, good luck. Makunovich. Eric Allen Makunovich, 214-642-916. So we have a problem. Who's this with you?
My wife.
You're charged with violations of probation. Who's Danielle Lawler?
My ex-fiance.
Okay.
The motor.
Hang on, slow down. So they left a note for me. I never like these notes. Smells of booze. Listen, they don't just come in and tell me that just to make up stories. If you want, I'll give you a PBT.
She does.
Listen to me.
I have.
Listen to me. She does what?
She has been trying to keep me out of my
Did you
daughter's
hear
life.
what I said?
What's that?
Did you hear what I said?
Yes.
We're not going on this case if you're under the influence.
I'm sure I am.
Well, then let's get a PBT. We'll give it to you. And I'll see whether or not you're being truthful. Now, I want you to understand, while it's reprehensible to have somebody come to court that's intoxicated, there must not have been alcohol involved in this incident because just let me finish.
I'm listening.
You're starting to shake your head already.
No, I'm listening.
Okay. While it's repulsive for somebody to come to court intoxicated, I didn't order you not to drink. This incident of this MDOP must have had nothing to do with alcohol, or I would have ordered it. So you don't need to get all uptight and start acting like I'm gonna lock you up. But I am not going on this case if you are at all intoxicated. Now, maybe a couple people just thought you smelled the booze and you weren't drinking. So you will be a lot better off if you're honest with me. And then we'll go on from there and I'll figure out how I'm gonna handle this. You got it?
Yes.
Okay.
I do have.
Sir, we're not to that point. We're not talking about the case. All I want to know is, were you drinking before you came to court today? Yes or no?
I drank last night.
Give him a PBT. And then you'll come back in front of me. I have a feeling it's going to reflect worse than that, but what do I know? Jacqueline Marie Inch. 25F256499 A and B. Geez, I feel old right now. Your name?
Officer Miley, Flat Rock Police Department,
How old are you?
21.
Like I said, I feel really old. All right, you signed this already. You're gonna do a signing on record on this, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, raise your right hand. Solemnly swear or affirm under penalties of perjury that the testimony you'll give in these proceedings will be the whole true self you got. Okay, go ahead.
I'm 5'9".
Is this your first one?
It is.
Do you want me to grade you?
Uh,
I'm just kidding. Go ahead. I'm just messing around. I have to laugh or at least smile up here now and then. Go ahead.
I'm 5'9", 25 at approximately 13:45 hours. Corporal Beckman, Corporal Rachel, and Officer Miley were dispatched to 29405 Evergreen Street for domestic violence in progress. Beckman, Miley, and Rachel arrived on scene in a fully marked Scout and full uniform. Beckman and Miley spoke with the caller, Kelly Inch. Rachel spoke with the other party, Jacqueline Inch. Kelly stated on today's date, 5/9/25 at approximately 13:45 hours, her daughter, Jacqueline Inch, was not acting right. Jacqueline walked up to Kelly and told Kelly she had to put her hands in her mouth to avoid going to hell. Kelly told
She had to
Jacqueline
what?
put her hands in her mouth to avoid going to hell.
Okay.
Kelly told Jacqueline no. Jacqueline then grabbed hold of Kelly's hand and attempted to shove Kelly's hand in her mouth. At this time, Kelly's son, Jeffrey Inch, intervened. Jeffrey grabbed Jacqueline's arms and pulled them away from Kelly's face. In the process, Jacqueline bit Jeffrey's right arm and scratched his arm. To avoid any further issues, Jeffrey pulled Jacqueline outside of the residence. Jeffrey stated he was attempting to pull Jacqueline off his mother, Kelly. Jeffrey was in fear of Kelly's safety and felt he had to intervene. Jeffrey stated after he pulled Jacqueline off Kelly and pulled Jacqueline outside, Jacqueline stopped. Jacqueline then entered her vehicle and parked in the driveway. Begeman observed redness on Kelly's cheeks and the upper part of her neck. Begeman also observed what appeared to be a bite mark on Jeffrey's right lower forearm. Begeman observed what appeared to be several small scratch marks on Jeffrey's right lower forearm. At this time, Begeman and Miley approached Jacqueline. Jacqueline was advised to place her hands behind her back. Miley placed Jacqueline in handcuffs, and Jacqueline was transported back to FRPD. Begeman completed a warrant complaint and sent it to the city prosecutor for charges. Both Kelly and Jeffrey stated they wished to proceed with charges.
Is Kelly a mother of,
She's the mother of Jacqueline.
based on your sworn testimony, I'm gonna go ahead and find there's probable cause to believe the crimes of domestic were committed and probable cause to believe that the defendant Jacqueline Inch committed those crimes when authorized the issuance of the summons that was presented. I'm gonna go ahead and sign that, and we will set this vote for a court date on both of these. I'll note that you already signed the complaint, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
So, and just in the future, when you're gonna do it in the signing on record like this, we'll do it in person. So you would come in, it's not signed, I'll swear you in, and then you can go ahead and sign it once I authorize, all right?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, have a great day. Thank you very much, Corporal.
086. 1086.
It's a lot. Come on up here, Mr. Makunovich.
I highly apologize.
Derek Allen Makunovich, 242-642-916. Your name again?
Derek Allen.
Well, why would you lie to me?
I didn't mind. I told you I drank last night. I didn't sleep. That was,
If you drank, what time did you stop drinking?
I didn't get to sleep until
What time did you stop drinking?
about 10 o'clock.
All right, that was nearly 12 hours ago. Now, I just want to let you in on a secret. If you have an would you say 086?
086.
And that was 12 hours ago, you can add about another 1.18. So you're somewhere around 2.6 when you went to sleep. I'm just telling you.
Yeah, I drank way.
Looking to chastise you here. Ma'am, come on up here. Please.
Stand at the podium.
Your name?
Lauren Cummins?
I'm not gonna ask if he drove here. Do you have a valid license? Do you drive?
Yes,
You still drive?
yes,
I'm gonna assume you drove him.
yes.
All right. Now, this is problematic for me because I could lock him up right now, probably should. Under what authority? Nah, I don't really know if I have any, to be honest with you. I didn't order him not to consume alcohol. I'm not gonna make my own rules. But I have a concern here when I got somebody who's legally intoxicated. Bring the victim in.
Okay.
Just let me finish here. Your name, ma'am? Ma'am, what's your name, please?
Danielle Lawler?
So I have concerns here. I can't go into it except to say that Mr. Makunovich has been drinking. He's still legally intoxicated as of this point. I'm going to set this for another hearing date. I'm not going to go on and deal with a case where somebody's intoxicated. But I'm really concerned, ma'am, just relax. Just relax. I'm talking about you, Mrs., what's your name again?
McCutcheon.
What's your first name?
Lori.
So I hope no alcohol is a condition of your bond.
No.
No illegal drugs. No marijuana. I'm not going to even arraign you right now. I'm just telling you, I'm gonna set this for a hearing, but I'm adding a bond condition. I suppose I could get you a lawyer, but I'm not locking you up, and I'm not gonna set a cash bond. But no alcohol, no controlled substances, no marijuana. You're to continue to comply with all terms and conditions of probation.
Yes.
Now, I worry about this. Ma'am, you're gonna drive home?
Yes.
I have your word on that.
Yes.
Because if I see him or I have a court officer tell me that he's driving out of the parking lot, I will call the police. Stop, Mr. Makunovich, stop. Do you work today?
I took off work today.
Is that true, ma'am?
Yes, he's not.
So you're not going out of the house, right?
I do all the driving.
Okay. So that's what I'm doing, and I'm rescheduling this. Now, Lisa, why don't you give me another date? I'll just make a note. Defendant appeared intoxicated. Court added bond condition of no alcohol or controlled substances. And again, it's not my practice to order no alcohol if it doesn't have anything to do with this incident. But in this case now, you've shown up here, you're drunk. You can tell me all you want.
May 22nd at 11.
May 22nd at 11. No alcohol, no marijuana, no controlled substances. But this is a big alarm, I hope, for you, sir. Because if you're showing up and you were drinking to the tune of a 2.6, the overwhelming majority of people would be vomiting long before that, okay? Or at least very ill, so that's what I'll do. Ma'am, is that date good with you? Sure, May 26th, you said, Lisa?
May 22nd.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What day is that?
That's a week from tomorrow, so that would be next Thursday.
Yeah.
At 8:30, Lisa?
11.
Oh, at 11. Okay? I have your word, you're driving.
Yes. I do driving.
Okay. Do not go out and drive a motor vehicle, sir. Good luck. Thank you. Thanks, ma'am. Go down the hall. We're going to give you a notice too, and we're going to give you a notice, sir. Abigail Gideon. Abigail Nicole Gideon. 25W838-533. Your name?
Abigail Nicole Gideon.
Sorry, I didn't realize you were back there still. My apology. Okay, come on up to the podium. Can you turn that podium toward me, please? There you go. Your name?
Abigail Nicole Gideon.
You met with a prosecutor and you're going to plead guilty to allowing an unlicensed driver to drive with the suspended to be dismissed, correct?
Yes, sir.
Is that what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
If you do that, the possible penalties here are up to $500 in fines, 90 days jail costs, or all those. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
And did you sign, read, and understand an advice of rights form here today?
Yes, sir.
If you plead guilty, you'll be giving up all those rights, and there will not be a hearing or a trial. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
You, again, have the right to a lawyer. If you cannot afford one, I will appoint you one. Do you understand that?
Yes,
Do you
sir.
want a lawyer? To the charge of allowing an unlicensed driver to drive, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Were you in fact in control of a 2000 2009 Mercury Silver in color that was being operated on Allen or Breland and Woodhaven, April 28 of 25.
Yes, sir.
Did you allow somebody to drive that was unlicensed, and was that you?
Yes.
And are you on probation or parole?
I'm on probation.
For what?
Drunk driving in last year. My release date's June 9th.
Who were you in front of? Who's your judge?
Southgate?
Do you understand by pleading guilty here? I'm just telling you, this would be deemed a violation of that probation. That probation could be revoked. And you could be incarcerated on that charge as a result of this plea and conviction. Do you understand that?
Yes, I let my probation
I don't need to know any of that. I want you to understand what I just said though, do you? Do you still wish to plead guilty?
Yes, sir.
Anybody force you to plead guilty?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna accept your plea, dismiss the suspend. I'm ready to sentence you. Anything you'd like to say?
No, sir.
Okay, you have to go back and get a valid license at some point.
Yes. I've walked down 9 months of my probation with no problems. All my drug tests are clean. I work every day, 6 days out of the week. So
What do you do?
I'm in healthcare.
Good. 100 fines, 110 costs, 75 victims' rights, $50 justice assessment, 335 or 90 days. Can you pay that today?
I can pay 200 today.
And then when can you pay the rest?
I get paid bi-weekly.
I'll just make it May 31. Is that good?
Yes.
Can you pay the balance by then?
What is the full cost?
335. So if you pay 200 today, you have to pay 135 more by May the 31st.
Oh, I can do 300 today. I'm sorry. I've added that up wrong in my head.
Okay, 300 today, the balance by May 31 I'll still give you, okay?
Yes, sir.
If you need more time, because you don't have the last $35, call the court, we'll go on Zoom or come in here on or before the due date, they'll give you an extension. I wish you well.
Thank you.
Good
Do I
luck.
pay here?
Yeah, right down the end of the hall to the cashier. Shauna Lisette Johnson, 242-643-302. How you doing, Ms. Johnson?
Okay, how are you?
Pretty good. Come on up here if you would, please. Your name?
Shauna Johnson?
All right, okay. You want a lawyer?
No.
You're charged with 2 violations of probation. You sure you don't want a lawyer?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. I mean, I'm right?
You're correct.
Okay. You're charged with failure to attend your scheduled probation visit on April 17 and again on April 24. You don't have any technical violations now. If you pled guilty or if you plead guilty, you could get 10 days on this. Do you understand that? I don't want to make you panic. I just have to tell everybody the maximum sentences. That's the most I could give you. I have to tell you that. If you had an expired license, I'd have to tell you you could get 90 days. So I don't want you to lose, to panic here, okay? So do you understand what I said?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, did you sign, read, and understand the advice of rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
You plead guilty, you'll be giving up all those rights, and there will not be a hearing or a trial. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, now, do you still wish to waive your right to a lawyer?
Yes, Your Honor.
To the charge, you failed to attend your scheduled probation visit on April 17 of 25. How do you plead?
Guilty?
Did you fail to attend your probation visit on that day?
Yes.
Is the count 2 that you failed to attend your probation visit on April 24th? How do you plead?
Guilty?
Did you fail to attend on that day?
Yes.
Anybody force you to plead guilty?
No.
Okay, I'll accept your plea. I'm gonna get Ms. Tassino over here. I'm gonna go on to another case. And we're gonna call her and I'll be right back with you, okay?
Should I sit down?
Yes, and I'll be right with you, okay?
Okay.
And I want to take that one with you after this little speeding ticket. Is your case ready, sir, the interpreter?
Yes.
Good. Can you tell, which case is that? Is it Hernandez?
Yes.
Okay, I'll call that next.
Judge, Mr. Mahdi's ready also.
Yeah, I saw him. Maman Jamal Ahmed, 25W3786 A and B. Good morning, counsel. How are you?
Good morning, Your Honor. How are you?
Good. Your appearance?
Zach Ahmad, on behalf of Mr. Ahmad.
All right, so you worked with the prosecutor. You're going to plead to 5 over on his behalf. And let's see. They're going to dismiss the no insurance, right?
Correct.
All right. And they're also going to dismiss the failure to yield, right?
Correct.
All right, to that charge of 5 over, responsible or not responsible?
Responsible.
I'll accept the plea, dismiss the failure to yield, dismiss the no insurance, fines cost $200, and I'll give him until the 21st to pay that, okay? And that's
Thank you, Your
on
Honor.
file A. Have a good day. Thank you.
Thank you.
People against Hernandez. Yormi, Miguel Hernandez Boulevard, 25W838, 353A and B. Do I have a lawyer here on this one? We don't, do we? Okay, your name? How are you? All right, and you are a certified interpreter in what language?
Spanish.
All right, raise your right hand. You solemnly swear or affirm under penalties of perjury that you'll make a true and accurate translation between the court and the parties.
I do.
All right, Mr. Hernandez, state your name, please.
Jordi Miguel Hernández Bolívar.
All right, good morning. You're charged with driving on a suspended. If you want, I will give you a lawyer to represent you. Do you want a lawyer?
No.
Okay, I'm sorry, ma'am. We'll get your case. I'm gonna ask you to take the child out in the hallway. We'll call you when your case is. You are charged with driving on a suspended. This allegedly occurred on West Road, near Allen and Woodhaven, April 14 of 25, at 11:28 in the morning. That is a misdemeanor. It is punishable by up to 500 fines, 93 days jail. Court costs are all those in 2 points. You understand that? Did the interpreter read you, or did you read the advice of rights in Spanish here?
Yes.
If you plead guilty, you'll be giving up all those rights and there will not be a trial. Do you understand that?
Yes.
You still wish to waive your right to a lawyer?
No, porque lo que necesito es pagar la multa y la licencia la tengo suspendida por una multa que no deja el ticket.
Hang on a second. What's he saying?
No, I just would like to pay the ticket.
Okay.
My driver license is suspended because I didn't pay a ticket.
Okay, good enough. So I want to make sure of something. Tell him that. I do not know. I do not want to know whether it is, and tell him not to say anything. I want him to hear me out. I want to make sure he understands there could be, if he's not a legalized citizen, that there could be immigration consequences as a result of this plea. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Do you still wish to proceed without a lawyer? Okay, I am going to enter a not guilty plea. I'm gonna give you a $500 personal bond. You cannot leave the state without the consent of the court. You cannot violate a law. You must appear in court as directed. Do you understand all that?
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna send you to the prosecutor with the interpreter. You can negotiate this with the city attorney, and then you'll come back in front of me. And by the way, you also have a civil infraction charge of no insurance. Do you understand that? Okay? Any questions? All right, good luck. Shauna Lizette Johnson, 242-643-302. Your name is Sino? Johnson, what you'll do both counts. Ms. Johnson, come on up to the podium again and tell me your name if you would, please.
Shauna Johnson?
All right, you still wish to proceed without a lawyer?
Yes.
Okay. How's she doing besides missing these appointments?
Otherwise, she's doing well. I was gonna talk to her. She needs to put the court on her release for her treatment, just so we get her attendance reports. But other than that, things are good.
Why did you miss twice, Shauna?
So when I'm at home, I really zone out, and days go by, I don't realize the amount of time. I talked to my mom, I'm gonna give, Ms. DeCino my mom's phone number and email, so my mom can,
She can't really talk direct to your mom. I'd really rather that you give the information to your mom, okay?
okay,
So if she emails you, you can tell your mom, Mom, make sure that I get here, okay?
okay.
You're doing your mental health treatment?
Yes, I met a really nice psychiatrist.
Good, good. Are you doing better?
Yes,
You seem better. Okay, I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna let this go. Okay? If you're progressing, and it sounds like you are, and she is, right?
I have to get the release, but it sounds like it, yeah. They were limited on what they could tell me.
Sign the release so we can get your records. I'm gonna let it go. I'm not gonna assess any costs. I'll simply, let's just get you in order where your mom can help you out here, okay? And she can get you to these appointments or remind you to get to these appointments.
yes.
I'll keep you on probation, no fines, no costs. Sign the release and we'll go from there, all right?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Hey, keep doing what you're doing. You seem a lot better to me.
I feel better.
Okay, all right.
Thank you.
Smile. Can I see you smile?
Yeah,
All right,
thank
good luck. Thanks. People Against Augustinus. Wendy K. Augustinus. That's the one we need to get from the outside, if you want to call Will or what have you. All right, 96-50. All right. People Against Augustinus, Wendy K. Augustinus, 5W83776. Your name?
Wendy K. Augustinus.
All right, so counsel, your appearance on this.
Your Honor, Josh West appearing on behalf of the city of Woodhaven.
So we're just gonna plead her the municipal civil infraction under 96-50 with agreed upon fines and costs of $250, the two of you agreed upon, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
And then the misdemeanor will be dismissed, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is that what you want to do? You're all set. Thanks.
Yes, sir.
To that charge of violation of municipal civil infraction code section 96-50 of the Woodhaven Code of Ordinances, how do you plead? Responsible?
Yes.
Ma'am, I want to talk to you a second. Why isn't the child getting to school? How many times and I don't want you to mention any names. I don't want you to mention names. Hold your child and why isn't he getting to school?
He's 9.
Why isn't he getting to school?
He was sick, very sick. He has an inhaler now.
Was he in the hospital?
No,
How many times has he missed?
I believe it was 18, 3 over. I have notes.
To me, that's a bad thing to say to me, because to me, 3 absences is 3 too many unless they're sick.
I believed him, I was going,
Pardon?
he was probably not as sick as he claimed to be.
Well, make sure, because you know what? Back when Abraham Lincoln was alive, I don't think they needed high school diplomas. We do now, or we don't have a chance. I mean, I don't know anybody that succeeds that doesn't have a high school diploma, so let's make sure he gets in school, okay? I'll accept the plea, fines cost $250, the original charge is dismissed, okay? Can you pay that now?
Yes, I can.
I wish you well, good luck. Keep the child in school though, please. Thank you very much, good luck to you, ma'am.
Thank you.
All right, where is, let's see here. Branch, Corey Wayne Branch, 25W838-565A and B. All right, good morning again, Mr. Baldwin.
And good morning to you as well, Judge. Attorney Mike Baldwin, House Counsel, 65417 on behalf of Mr. Branch, sir. State your legal name, please. Judge,
So he's gonna, does he stand mute, wait formal reading?
he does.
And then we're gonna have a plea here to allowing an unlicensed driver to drive and impeding traffic, and the no insurance will be dismissed, as well as the drive while licensed on, drive while unlicensed, right?
That is correct, Judge.
All right, so sir, if you plead to impeding, that's on count 2, the no insurance, that's 0 points, I'm gonna fine you. If you plead to, allowing an unlicensed driver to drive, that's not getting reported. I'm dismissing the drive while unlicensed. The possible penalties on this charge are up to 500 fines, 90 days jail, costs are all those. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your
And
Honor.
did you sign, read, and understand the advice or rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you plead guilty, you'll be giving up all those rights, and there will be no hearing or trial. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. To the charge allowing an unlicensed driver to drive, how do you plead?
Guilty.
On April 27 of 25, were you in control of a 1997 Ford that was being operated on King, New Allen, and Woodhaven?
Yes, sir.
Did you allow somebody to drive that was unlicensed, and was that you?
Yes, sir.
Are you licensed, you been licensed at all?
Judge, there's a reciprocity in Tennessee where my client has a lawyer working out something dealing with insurance suspension in Tennessee. And it appears that once that reciprocity issue is resolved, it appears he's clear for his driving.
Are you on probation or parole?
No, sir.
Anybody forced you to plead guilty?
No,
To
sir.
the charge of impeding traffic, how do you plead? Responsible or not responsible?
Responsible.
I'll accept the plea to allowing the licensed driver to drive, accept the plea to impeding, dismiss the drive while unlicensed, and dismiss the no insurance. You ready, counsel, for sentence?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, what would you like to say?
Thank you, Judge. We all have our story to tell the court regarding our driving privileges. Mr. Branch, his mother's vehicle broke down. It was sitting on a road system for about 2 weeks, a dirt road. Mr. Branch went out, identified a brake line issue, thought he had it fixed. His objective was to drive it back to its mother's place, and in doing so, to test it out to make sure that it was in good mechanical order for his mother. He did lose brakes because it was not the line. He did impede the flow of traffic by having to make a quick defensive maneuver, and lo and behold, there was a police officer right behind that saw it, and that's what triggered the stop. So I explained to Mr. Branch that today, the prosecutor and the defense and the court are all working in conjunction to make sure that this is resolved so that he can get this driving issue taken care of out of Tennessee and get his driving privileges.
Yeah, you gotta have your license. You've been driving around here for 3-4 years at least without a license.
Last time I drove, Your Honor, was the last time I seen you.
Well, that,
That was a little.
23. all right, anything else?
No, but in 23, he didn't know what was going on in Tennessee, and then he figured it out, and he actually believes that they're gonna have a resolution this week in Tennessee with the attorney.
Yes, sir. I paid thousands of dollars to get this back. I paid everything up. I have a license number down there I could give, just to show. I'm just waiting on Secretary of State here, waiting on him to send a letter here to Secretary of State that lets me know what's going on here.
All right, 100 fines, 150 costs, 75 victims' rights, $50 justice assessment, 40 in attorney fees. Well, no, I'm not gonna charge attorney fees. This has only been a single appearance, my mistake. So your total here is $375 or 90 days on the allowing an unlicensed driver to drive, and 100. I'm gonna charge you on the impeding traffic $160. So your total here amounts to $535. Can you pay all that?
Not today, Your Honor.
How much can you pay today?
Nothing right now. I put all my money in this.
Can you pay the impeding by May 31?
I should be able to. I should be able to. I'll call if not.
Call the court, we'll go on Zoom. I'll be glad to give you an extension, or you come in here on it before the due date. So you pay that one by May 31, and I'm gonna give you until June 21 to pay the extra $375 on the allowing unlicensed driver to drive. You don't have the money? Call the court, we'll go on Zoom, or come in here on it before the due date. Just don't ignore me, I hate that, okay? Good luck, thank you. People against, Paula Simone Pitts, or Pitts, I'm sorry, I have to keep.
It looks like
4B146-982A and B.
It does look like it's typed as a P on the file.
Counsel, if this isn't resolved in it, I'm setting it for trial.
I understand, Judge, thank you. For the record, House Counsel, on behalf of Ms.
Your name?
Can you just state
Your name?
Paula Simone Fitz.
So, Judge.
And I apologize, he's right, it looks like a P, and I apologize to you, it really does. So at any rate, what are we doing here?
Thank you, Judge. So we have a payment resolution worked out on the.
I'm not worried about that, I want to resolve the misdemeanor.
So what we need to find out is in 2015, she had a controlled substance matter that was not affiliated with driving as far as we can tell. And the prosecutor and I both feel that it would be.
Her license is expired.
Correct, and I think it's because that 2015 has not been resolved because that suspension entered because there was a controlled substance adjudication of some sort, which triggered an abstract to the Secretary of State during that era when the Secretary of State would suspend a license on a drug possession case, regardless of driving. What we're asking the court to do is to allow a brief adjournment so that.
She's already had adjournments. I mean, I don't want to, I'm sorry, I'm not going to do that. I'll set it for jury trial, I'll set it for bench trial.
That's fine, and then we.
But it's been going on since October, and she's had multiple court appearances, and then she didn't show up a couple times. I'll be happy to do whatever you want, if you want to set it for jury or bench.
Can we set it for a bench with a final pretrial, Your Honor?
I'm not putting it out that long. I'm telling you right now, it's been going on too long.
I want my client to go to the Secretary of State and pull a tab and ask questions about what she needs to do to make sure that she gets her driving privileges, her clearances, so that we know how to address the ticket. Even if we just get a week, I just want her to go to Secretary.
Well, I don't have a problem with that. I mean, but if there's gonna be a waiver, let's do the waiver. I'll work out a payment plan with her on the expired plate.
And we'll do a bench waiver or.
If that's what you guys wanna do,
And then, okay, let's do it that way.
I don't have a, look,
You want to keep it on the docket and keep it.
correct. And I'll set up a payment plan with her on the expired plate.
Okay.
I don't have a problem with that.
Okay, and then, we have a resolution on that she would like to make.
Well, we'll talk about that when you
That's-
figure out what you're doing with the other
Yes,
one,
Judge.
okay?
Yes, okay, thanks.
All right,
I'll
thanks.
take care of that. Yes. Oh, wait, there also.
He wants an attorney.
I got it.
Thank you.
Where's Mr. Caressi's file? Was that your lawyer, the gentleman that was just in front of me?
No, Mr. Crawford.
Okay.
Attorney Crawford.
We're ready to go on Caressi, counsel, if you're ready. If not, I'm gonna get off the bench.
I'll come in right now, Your Honor.
Okay, perfect. We need the file. What are you in the back here? What case do you have?
Me?
Yeah, what's your name?
Horn, Horn.
How about you guys?
I'm Goltowski, Mandy.
Okay. I will be back in 5 minutes, okay? Thanks. Stay seated.
Mr. Garrett, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Did you speak with the attorney in the breakout room?
No, it kept freezing.
Okay, yeah, you keep freezing. I keep losing your connection.
Yeah, I'm out by the mountains, so it's keeps going in and out.
Okay, let me see if I can get him back on, okay?
All right, thank you.
Yep. Mr. Crawford,
Yes.
Matthew Garrett is on Zoom,
Okay,
just so you know.
Gary is on Zoom. Thank you.
Yep, you're welcome.
More.
They'll just burn it down. It's fine. Yeah. No, you say here. This work. Get on the floor. You always don't waste your color calling. I'm not helping you. One time I worked out 10 years. She made it one time. Smack in the middle. I should do it too. I go over to I won't go really. Yeah. Still got something.
Salith Wilson Townsend. Is that you, ma'am? Okay. Do you have a lawyer representing you? I'm the prosecutor. Do you want to represent yourself then? Do you want to request a lawyer to represent you? Okay. When the court officer comes out, we'll let him know. Okay. Sure, yeah. Just remember, I'm the prosecutor, so, okay, but sure.
Can you call Mr.
Huh?
Mr. Crawford?
Call Crawford.
Yes, please.
Stay seated.
Court is back in session. Yes, sir.
All right. Now we need Mr.
Bring this
Crawford.
out, so
I think that one's Mr. Baldwin.
Nicholas J. Horn, 25T704225FY. Mr. Horn, who did I give you as a lawyer? Who's your lawyer?
Mr. Crawford.
Is he on his way?
He's on his way. Hey, this is for Ross Council, a couple sign up there.
Oh, boy.
Just for him, this one. All right, thanks. Thanks.
And I need Mr. Baldwin as well. Did you get a hold of Mr. Crawford?
I did, he said he was on his way around.
Call in, Emily. Paula Fitz, 24B146.
Good morning, Your Honor.
982A, well, I went on to another case now. 982A. And, B. Counsel, your appearance.
House Counsel Attorney Mike Baldwin, PC 5417 on behalf of Ms. Fitz.
Ma'am, your name?
Paula Fitz.
All right, so she's gonna execute this waiver. The prosecutor executed the waiver. We're gonna go to a waiver bench trial, right?
Correct.
Is that what you want to do, ma'am?
Yeah, she does, Judge.
You have a constitutional right to a jury trial. By waiving your right to an exam, that means you're waiving the requirement that you're waiving your right to a jury where 6 people would be impaneled. All 6 would have to agree that you're guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. In order for you to be convicted, I will be the one who will solely decide your guilt or innocence. Do you understand that? Ma'am,
Yes,
you still wish to give up your right to a trial by jury?
yes,
Anybody force you to do that?
no,
And that's your signature on this document?
yes.
I'll accept the waiver. We'll set it for a bench trial.
Judge, can we push this out a little bit? We're going to send her to Secretary of State, see if she can get a resolution to her driving privileges short of coming back, and I trust we're gonna have this matter resolved. And, do you?
Hang on one second.
Sure.
Lisa, why don't you give me a date about 4 weeks, 3-4 weeks out for the bench, and we'll have a final pretrial in 2 weeks.
Final pretrial June 2nd at 1:45. Bench
Okay.
trial June 18th at 1 o'clock.
Okay, Judge.
Wait a minute. June 2nd.
At what time is that?
You're not here on June 4th, you're Browns.
Oh, I see. Okay. June 2nd, I got it. June 2nd at 1:45 will be the final pretrial, and then June 18th will be the bench trial, and that'll be at what time?
For which date?
June 18th? You said the
1
bench?
o'clock.
1 o'clock.
Yes, Your Honor, I will be the arraignment attorney on June 2nd.
All right.
And I will not be a docket attorney, but if the court wants me to step out of that role and assist Ms. Fitz on that day.
Yeah, you can talk to,
I will continue
about
working
that.
with Ms. Fitz and stay with her.
let's talk about the B file. How much does she have today?
Yes, thank you, Judge. Here's what we worked out.
Okay.
$71 each Thursday, starting tomorrow for 3 Thursdays in a row. And
Okay, hang on one second. $71?
Yeah, I broke it down into 3. It's 200 and something, 35. So she'll pay, and she knows how to go online, 71 tomorrow, and then the next 2 Thursdays, 71 and 71.
All right, so she could pay 71 by May 15th, 71 by May 22nd, balance by May 29th,
Yes,
correct?
please.
You can do that, ma'am?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you don't have the money, all you have to do is call the court, we'll roll on Zoom, or you come in here on or before the due date. If you need an extension on one or all those days, I'll get it. Please don't ignore me again, okay? Is that everything? Do you have any questions?
No, Judge,
Ma'am?
thank you.
I can't hear
No,
you.
Your Honor.
Okay, so you're gonna go down the hall and get your notice. Good luck.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Let's do Horn first, Mr. Crawford. Nicholas J. Horn, 25T7042225FY. Mr. Horn, your name.
Nicholas Horn, Your Honor.
Mr. Crawford.
Good morning, Your Honor. Mike Hill Crawford, representing Mr. Horn.
All right, so what are we doing on this one?
Your Honor.
He's got 2 counts, by the way.
2 counts, Your Honor.
He's got an attempt to renewal, which is a 1-year, disorderly, a 90-day misdemeanor. So I filled out 2 of these. First of all, for purposes of arraignment, does he stand mute and waive formal reading?
Yes.
All right, so now what's he doing on these?
On these probation violations, Your Honor, he's going to plead guilty.
Okay, I'm gonna need Emily Tessino on this and on Caressy. Is that what you want to do, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
You plead guilty here, this would be a first technical violation. And you could get 5 days on this. Do you understand that?
I do, Your Honor.
Did you sign an advice of rights revocation and probation form here today?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you plead guilty, you'll be giving up all those rights and there will be no hearing or trial. Do you understand that?
I completely understand, Your Honor.
All right, as to count 1, the only count. Actually, he's got multiple counts.
Well, Your Honor, I was.
Hang on 1 second. He's got 7 counts. That's my mistake.
Yeah, Your
So
Honor.
he could get, let me see here. I mean, I'll,
Your Honor, he's on a rise out of one alleged drinking event. He just tests every 15 minutes.
well, he's got April 24th, April 25th.
Well, if you check the time, Your Honor, it goes like 11:45, it becomes midnight.
I get it. So it would be considered at least 2 violations is what I'm saying though.
All right, well, thank you.
So he's gonna plead guilty?
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand this would be 2 technical violations, correct? I can't hear you.
Yes, Your Honor.
So you could get 10 days. Do you understand that?
I do understand, Your Honor.
All right, it's to count 1 that you failed to refrain from consuming alcohol, testing positive on a sober link on April 24, 25. How do you plead?
Guilty, Your Honor.
Did you drink alcohol on that date?
I was exposed to alcohol, so yes, Your Honor.
What do you mean exposed?
Well, Your Honor, we're going to explain that. He's pleading guilty, he consumed alcohol, but there's an explanation. It's unique to his particular profession, so I look forward to trying to explain it to you.
Is he admitting that he consumed alcohol or not?
He is admitting it, Your Honor. Isn't that true, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So, to the charge you failed to refrain from consuming alcohol on April 24th to 25, how do you plead?
Guilty, Your Honor.
Did you drink alcohol on that day?
Yes, Your Honor.
What did you drink?
Aqua.
What in the world is aqua?
Aqua is a peppercorn cognac sauce that we serve at my job, sir. I was saucier, I was called.
Sir, he just asked what you drink.
What do you do for a living?
I'm chef. I work at Le Supreme downtown. It's a French cuisine restaurant.
Did you know that was alcohol when you consumed it?
It's supposed to be cooked out, but yes, I understood what it was. Yes, Your Honor.
Maybe you can't be a chef anymore.
Well,
Hang on. I need to hear more.
well, again, Your Honor, this particular day was his off day, but he was asked to come on in and asked him to cover the saucier duties in particular, which is trying various sauces before they go on the fancy meals.
And he's trying to tell me that he somehow consumed it.
Well, he consumed it, just going through the process of doing his job, but the alcohol should have been cooked out. So, again, my client is taking responsibility.
Wait a minute. What do you mean should have been cooked out? I gotta know more about
Well,
this.
you explain how this stuff's mixed together in the process.
When you cook with alcohol, it's supposed to get cooked out, and you only get what's left after the alcohol is cooked out, and the flavor and everything that binds the sauce together. This particular day, unfortunately, it was I wasn't the one making the sauce, I'm just the one that tries the sauce prior to it hitting the plate. Therefore, the line cook that was working and making the sauce did not make it correctly, and when I tasted it, I immediately disposed of that sauce and I had the cook remake
You
it.
tasted it. When you, hang on a second.
But I tasted more
Hang on a second. How did you taste it?
with a spoon.
How many spoonfuls did you have of this?
Well, it's,
Mr. Horn,
it was a consecutive times that. I
Mr.
tasted it.
Horn.
It was-
we're gonna just have a hearing on this.
Well, Your Honor, my client isn't denying consuming it, that's not in contention at all, which is as clear.
There's no way in the world that he got to these levels. Let me double check. Did he tell you the cognac? Did you hear the cognac story?
He told me that it was from, he was whitening his teeth, is what he.
Whitening his teeth. Well, now it's cognac from being a chef's story. I'm not really in the mood. I just got back with my first day back. I'm just not in the mood to hear this nonsensical garbage right now. So here's what I'm gonna do. First, he told you he whitened his teeth.
That's what.
Oh, man. I mean, I don't mean to sound like I think I'm so smart. I just don't want to hear nonsense. I really don't. I'm not going to hear nonsense anymore. These guys, I'm telling you, I must look funny. I must look like I'm not very intelligent. I must look, again, like I can't add 7 and 3 without a calculator. I get tired of hearing this. Mr. Horn,
Yeah, sure.
you want to have a hearing? If you want to have a hearing, we're going to have a hearing. I'm going to hear your whole cognac story, and we're going to go from there.
I would rather not.
Mr. Horn. I don't understand. How old are you?
28.
Okay, well, I'm 66. And you'll learn a little bit in those 38 years that I got on you. You follow me? And look, I was able to do that without a calculator. Cognac. Cognac. Couple of teaspoons of cognac, or just tasting it. You go get that cognac for me. We're gonna have a hearing. I want the bottle of cognac. And then you're gonna testify.
Would you like me to have house arrest present?
Nah, I don't need house arrest. I can do this one on my own. I want the bottle of cognac. In fact, I don't want you to take the bottle of cognac, but you can certainly take a picture of its contents, its alcohol content. Now, why don't you go back and confer and see if he still wants a hearing? If he does, that's fine. But I'm not gonna listen to this nonsense. I'm just not. It's like, and by the way, I'm gonna swear him in if he's gonna testify. Okay, and that's fine. If he wants to testify, he can. If he doesn't, it's, but I don't know why he'd tell her he's whitened his teeth. And then come in here and tell me he's testing some uncooked. I mean, these guys gotta drive themselves nuts going in, trying to research how they can put one over on the judge. Mr. Horn?
Yeah, sure. not trying to pull anything.
Mr.
over.
Horn, Mr. Horn. Did you tell her that you were waiting? No, I don't want to say nothing. I shouldn't ask that. We're gonna have a hearing. You're gonna go out and you're gonna talk to him and you're gonna see if he still wants a hearing. And if he does, that's fine. We'll have the hearing. Maybe he can get somebody from his work to take a picture of the ingredients in the cognac to see how much alcohol content in there, so then we can calculate how many guzzles he has to take of it to get to this level. I mean, this wash stuff I hear all the time.
Before Mr. Crawford takes him out there though, before I came in here, I just went to print his testing. And I just had a lab come back from May 5th. He tested positive for THC and he has been since he was sentenced, you know, we kind of give him the 30 days. But this lab went up from his initial one. So I don't know if you want to address.
We're gonna have to do a show cause on that.
Okay.
So you can go out and talk to him.
Do you want me to do?
No, I don't want you to do anything right now. I want Mr. Crawford to go and talk to this young man. And then again, if he wants a hearing, I don't have a problem. If he wants me, if he needs more time to go take a picture of the cognac bottle, it's fine. But I don't know, we go from teeth whitening to testing uncooked cognac. Mr. Horn,
Yes, Your Honor.
this is not a bar, this is a court. And I expect people, when I address them, to be honest with me. If they don't want to say anything and they don't want to testify, that's entirely up to them. But when I ask a question, I expect them to be honest with me.
Understood, Your Honor.
Good. We'll talk to him. Again, I have no problem if he wants to hear. But we're gonna go on to Mr. Caressy first. Joseph Caressy. 2-3R-712-054.
Michael Crawford representing Mr. Caressy, so state your name for the record.
Joseph Caressy.
Emily, I think I need you on this one. Oh, this is Beth.
I'll grab that for you.
Gilda Smith to twice weekly testing on May 7th. And then he went the next day. I'm so ready. What is he going to do?
Our client's going to plead guilty, take responsibility, with explanation.
Joseph's been in sobriety court with us for 20 months or thereabouts. I don't think it's helpful. I don't think it's helped you. I really don't. I really don't. We are to the end of the point of no return. I'm not gonna graduate somebody knowing that the day after they graduate, that they're gonna go out and get drunk or use drugs or both. I don't know what to do with him, Ms. Wiles. Your name?
Elizabeth Bosway, Your Honor.
It's just. Disappointing. I don't know what to do with him.
Yeah, I'm with you, Judge.
He went and tested the next day, right?
He did, he tested it on site on the 7th, he was negative at on site on the 7th. You know, we don't do a lot of back-to-back testing, this was back-to-back testing. He did test the 6th, moving into the 7th, and not meaning to excuse his behavior, but unfortunately with Mr. Caressy's history, as far as his violations and the alcohol consumption, what concerns me is if he consumed after testing on the 6th in the avoidance of the 7th. That is my concern. We're coming off what would be considered perhaps a holiday, Cinco de Mayo, at that point in time. Just calculating his sobriety days, even at the full 24, he won't have 90, he will be shy by 5 days. So he won't meet those requirements that we have set forth.
We wasted our time. I really feel like that. Not our time. I'm not worried about my time. I'm worried about their time. And playing games. All right, so if you plead guilty, I want you to understand, with this many violations, your probation could be revoked, you could be incarcerated for 93 days. Do you understand that?
Yes,
Did you sign the advice of and read and understand the rights?
yes,
If you plead guilty, you'll be giving up all those rights, and there will be no hearing or trial. Do you understand that?
yes.
To the charge, you failed to submit the twice weekly chemical testing on May 7 of 25, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Did you fail to submit the testing on that day?
I failed.
Anybody forced you to plead guilty?
No.
Did you consume alcohol?
No.
You did not?
No.
Why didn't you test?
I made a mistake.
What do you mean you made a
I
mistake?
made a mistake on my color. I didn't get my color called.
You're testing under yellow, right?
I'm actually testing under red.
Red?
His last violation, he was increased to 3 after the alcohol consumption, Your Honor, until June 1.
How did you not hear your color?
I just made a mistake. I thought it was clear.
When did he last test?
His testing was May 3rd, negative, May 6th, negative. He missed May 7th, and then he went to onsite on May 8th.
And was
tested
negative.
negative.
Well, you tell me what you think we should do.
I'm at a loss. I like Joe. I like meeting with Joe. I think that he's always been honest about his use, prior. But he was well aware of the program rules. He was well aware that after that last violation, he was essentially kind of on borrowed time, that we already kind of went against what would be the normal process for sobriety court and extended him out to his full 24 months, which is, I believe, August 1st for him. So we've already extended ourselves beyond what would be normal in the program, even allowing him an opportunity to still graduate from it. And here we have the miss. I don't know how to make these things priorities. We've dealt with responsibility issues with Joe. We've dealt with positives. We've allowed him to retest the next day. I really don't know. I think this is a time when I'm glad I'm not a judge, Your Honor. Because again, he won't have the full 90. And I guess I'm just as much of a loss as you. I don't want to see Joe's probation revoked and any jail time, but in the same respect, it's appropriate at this point in time. You know, we're 22 months into the program, you know, if you add bond to that. And he knew how important this was to call. We've had lots of conversations about it. Again, I like Joe, but we're in a position where it's a really hard decision.
Your Honor, my client made a mistake. It's not that he didn't call, he wasn't paying enough attention.
Well, let's find out if he called. Where's your phone?
Right.
Could you have it back to May the 7th?
Sure. May 7th, right here.
Does it show that you called the testing agency?
Color call.
So I got it in my phone, it's color call, and May 7th, I don't have it in there.
Because you didn't call.
Yeah,
Why would you tell me you called?
I don't know, I thought I called.
It's kind of a big distinction, Joe. Don't you think?
This is the 8th.
There's the 7th.
You didn't call on the 7th because you weren't gonna go, because you didn't think you had to go, and you knew you drank on the 6th, and that's why you missed the 7th, because you just, why would you tell me you called? This was only a week ago now. Listen, I just admire people's amnesia, memory loss. I just do. How old are you?
33.
Right. How can you not remember if you called a week ago and you didn't hear your color called versus not calling at all? How would you remember that? Or unable to remember that? How could you not remember that?
I'm not sure.
I'm not either. What did he tell you as to what, when he showed up on the 8th? Did he say?
I actually contacted him in regards to his miss. We had a couple of email exchanges. And basically what he indicated to me is what he's stating today. In his email, he put, "I have no good excuse, just a mistake on my behalf."
But he didn't say he called and didn't hear his color.
He did not state that.
But now, you don't put that in your initial email, but now here you are saying you called. There's a big difference. I mean, that's a big distinction. It's not like we're asking you what happened on February the 3rd. We're asking about what happened within days of the violation. I'll accept the guilty plea. I'm just. I just can't justify this. And it kills me to have to do what I'm gonna do here. But I did offer you the opportunity to be honest with me, and you weren't. Anything else?
Your Honor, my client and I discussed the possibility that there will be considering some jail time. All he would ask is if the court were to jail time, Your Honor, could he be allowed to finish out this week? He needs to get some personal things in order at home and work and report.
How many credit days does he have?
I would have to look, Your Honor. I know that he's had other jail days because I didn't calculate that out for today. He was given jail time previously on a violation as well.
Anything else you want to say, Joseph? I can probably check here.
Yeah, I'm just trying to go to his
I gave
orders.
him 5 days in jail on, looks like it's part of the April
Part of that leaves three.
2nd.
And on this initial arrest, I think he spent a day.
I gave him 3 more days back in September, that's 8. Another day court work program back in July, that's 9. He does get credit for that. I gave him a break on the other violation. One-day court work program back in February, that's 10. And let's see. All right, Beth,
That's what I have as well, Judge, and then 7, he did do his community service, if you're thinking of that, the 56 hours, the 7 days of community service.
so that's 17 days credit. Plus, Judge Hessen sentenced him to, she didn't give him that credit day, it doesn't look like. I'll at least assume that, so 18, 19 days he has coming. I just can't feel good about graduating at this time. I really can't. There's nothing I can do. Probation's revoked. I mean, I'm gonna give you credit for sticking with it a long time. I'm not gonna give you the maximum. I'm disappointed you're not gonna make it. Probation's revoked. You're to pay costs of 200, serve 93 days, credit 18 for 75. If you pay 200, I'll suspend 45 of the 75 and you'll only have to serve 30. You have 21 days to appeal, 14 days to apply for a court-appointed lawyer, and that will be it for today. You're gonna have a seat. I'm not letting you come back later. Good luck. Thank you. You have to pay $200 to get that reduced down to 30. Sean Christopher Miller, 25B 710187. You can pay now and we're gonna give you 30 days. Grow up, Joseph. How disappointing. Yeah, let's take, well, have I got Brownstown out there, John?
They are out there, I just gotta bring them in.
How long is that case gonna take? Let's take this Spanish one. Yes, the Spanish defendant, so I can get the interpreter. Yormi Miguel Hernandez Bolivar, file 245W837417, A and B. And then I've got 25W83835-3B. So I got 353A and B, right, and then 25W837417B.
The reason why is one of those is in bench warrant, and
Yeah.
they pulled it from and asked to.
Your appearance, I got it. Your appearance,
Thank you. Attorney Mike Baldwin, P 65417 on behalf of Mr. Hernandez.
Mr. Hernandez, your name again. Give it to the interpreter. And sir, your name again. And I already swore you to an oath.
Yes,
You're still under oath.
yes.
Can you tell me the name as he told it to you?
Yeah, Rodney Miguel Hernandez.
So now, as I understand it, Mr. Hernandez is going to plead guilty to allowing an unlicensed driver to drive. The drive will suspend and no insurance will be dismissed. Is that right?
Yes, Judge, has he been arraigned?
Yeah, I think, does he stand mute, wait formal reading?
Yes.
All right, so if you plead guilty to allowing an unlicensed driver to drive, the possible penalties are up to 500 fines, 90 days jail, costs, or all of those penalties. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Again, did you sign, read, and understand and advice of rights?
Yes.
If you plead guilty, you'll be giving up all those rights and we're not going to have a trial. Do you understand that?
Yes.
To the charge allowing an unlicensed driver to drive, how do you plead?
Good.
On April 14 of 25, were you in control of a motor vehicle, a 2006 Kia, that was being operated in Woodhaven on West near Ave?
Yes.
Did you allow somebody to drive that was unlicensed, and was that you? What did he say?
Just myself.
But you were operating the vehicle, right? And you were suspended, right? Are you on, you said C, right?
Yes.
Are you on probation or parole?
No.
Anybody, you said no, right?
Yeah.
Anybody force you to plead guilty?
What?
Anybody force you to plead guilty?
No. No.
The plea is accepted to allowing an unlicensed driver to drive. The suspend charge is dismissed on motion of the prosecutor. The no insurance charge is dismissed on motion of the prosecutor.
Very briefly, if I may, Your Honor.
Yes.
At the time of this ticket, my client was a resident of Chicago and had Chicago insurance in the 2006 Kia. He is now a resident of Michigan. And the Kia was sold. And he received a ticket for failure to provide proof of sale, which is under warrant status. We have, he had a prior no insurance ticket that suspended his license temporarily. And he paid that ticket today and has produced the clearance to the prosecutor in return for the allowing.
This is not, he didn't pay the sale of vehicles.
No, that's in warrant status. We're asking the court, that's a separate.
All right, good enough.
We just want to clear the warrant, and he needs time to pay it, because he paid the no insurance.
All right. Anything you would like to say? 100 fines, 100 costs, $75 victim's rights fee, $50 justice assessment. We're gonna get a bill for more than that, but I'm gonna charge $120 in interpreter fees. $445 or 90 days. I'm dismissing the suspend charge, dismissing the no insurance charge, and the other case, 25W 837 417B, you owe $248.
We're asking for a payment plan for the 248 and the 445, and if Your Honor would be so gracious as to clear the warrant.
Okay, go ahead. How much can he pay?
Well, he just paid the no.
I know, but how much can he pay per week? You pay 100 per week. I'll start that beginning May the 23rd. Lisa, set him up with the printout, will you? She'll give you a printout down the hall. If you need more time, come in and talk to me on or before a due date. I will give you an extension with no problem. Just don't ignore me. Okay? Good luck. Wish you well. Thank you.
Thanks, Judge.
Thanks a lot.
Judge, is that warrant listed on?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
thank you.
We always lift those. Isaiah Mosley. Isaiah Christiane Mosley, 25B710270. Mr. Baldwin, can you get the lawyer in on the rest of these, please? I want to resolve these. And Horn, whoever's, Mr. Crawford, he's got Horn. I need him in here. Thank you. Who's got Mosley over here, folks?
Good morning, Your Honor. Detective Ronaldo Tar from Brownstown.
Raise your right hand and solemnly swear affirm under the penalties of perjury that the testimony you'll give these proceedings will be the whole true self you got.
I do.
Go ahead.
On August 1st, 2024, at approximately 4:26 a.m., Officer Whitehead received a call for a vehicle that was possibly broken into at 27303 Winchester Terrace in Brownstown, Michigan, 48183. On arrival at the residence, Officer Whitehead met with the homeowner and registered owner of the vehicle, victim April Barks. Victim Barks stated she was asleep in her home when she heard a noise from outside. Once awake, victim Barks looked outside of her bedroom and stated she saw an unknown male breaking into her vehicle, which was parked in her driveway. Victim Bart states she began to flicker front porch lights on and off in an attempt to scare this unknown subject away. Victim Bart states she saw an unknown male in a gray hooded sweatshirt exited her vehicle and start running north towards Reland Road. Victim Bart stayed inside until the police arrived. Upon arrival, Officer Whited observed Victim Bart's 2018 white Dodge Durango SRT parked in the driveway to her residence. The rear passenger trunk window was smashed out. Upon inspecting the interior of the vehicle, the plastic on the passenger side bottom dashboard had been popped off in what appears to be an attempt to steal the vehicle. Upon speaking with the victim Barks, she stated that as of now, nothing appeared to be stolen from inside the vehicle. On August 2024, at approximately 8:36 a.m., Officer Harbedian, who's a certified evidence technician with Brownstown Police, went to the address of 27303 Winchester Terrace to process the victim's vehicle in reference to this case. While Officer Harbedian was speaking with Victim Barks, she said she thought the suspect left out the driver's side of her vehicle. Officer Harbedian was able to develop a latent fingerprint located on the driver's side door handle on the inside of the vehicle. On August 25th, 2024, Victim Barks and her son, Kevin Phillips, voluntarily provided Officer Harbedian with elimination fingerprints. And then on November 18th, 2024, myself, Detective Attar, was assigned to this investigation. And on December 3rd, 2024, I submitted the potential suspect fingerprints along with elimination prints obtained from Victim Barks and her son, Kevin Phillips, to the Michigan State Police Lab. On January 6, 2025, I received the following results from the lab. The analysis was conducted by MSP Detective Sergeant Jason Sink, who was assigned to the latent print unit. The analysis resulted in one comparison value latent fingerprint on which resulted in the identity of Isaiah Christian Mosley, the defendant. On January 6, 2025, I contacted Victim Barks via telephone. I asked her if she knew anyone named Isaiah Mosley. Victim Barks stated she did not. Victim Barks stated approximately 1 to 2 days before the vehicle had been broken into, she had cleaned the entire interior of the vehicle herself. And there's no reason for anyone's fingerprints to be inside of her vehicle other than hers or her son, Kevin Phillips. She also stated she had an oil change done recently, but however, this was a drive-through oil change and no mechanics had access to the interior of her vehicle. Victim Barks provided me with a receipt of the damage done to her vehicle, which cost her $500 to have repaired. Defendant Mosley does not have any criminal convictions in his criminal history.
Is that it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Based on your sworn testimony, I find a crime beginning with vehicle damage to the vehicle was committed. There's probable cause to believe the crime was committed by the defendant. I'm going to authorize the issuance of the complaint and warrant. And I will go ahead and that's it for him. You're all set, I think. Detective Tulas, I think, has Miller, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thanks a lot. Have a good day. People against Sean Christopher Miller, 25B7-10187. Detective Tulas, your name?
Good morning, Your Honor. Crystal Tulas, Detective, Brownstown Police Department.
Raise your right hand. Solemnly swear affirm the penalties of perjury that the testimony you give in these proceedings will be the whole truth. So help you God.
I do, Your Honor.
Okay, go ahead.
On January 9th of 2025 at approximately 11:59 p.m., Officer Walker was on routine patrol and scanning radio traffic from other departments. At that time, he heard Lincoln Park officers were pursuing a black Ford Fusion, Michigan plate DHY 100 for a traffic violation. Lincoln Park officers terminated the pursuit as the suspect vehicle got onto southbound I-75 north of Brownstown Township. Officer Walker positioned himself on southbound I-75 at Pennsylvania Road in Brownstown Township. A short time later, Officer Walker observed a black Ford Fusion pass his position and that the driver and sole occupant of the vehicle was a white male. Officer Walker positioned himself behind the vehicle and confirmed by the vehicle's license plate that it was the same vehicle that Lincoln Park had just pursued. Officer Walker conducted a lean SOS check on the suspect vehicle's license plate and observed that the license plate had expired on 12/30 of 2024. Officer Walker activated his emergency overhead lights at southbound I-75 at Dix Toledo Highway in Brownstown Township, but the suspect vehicle failed to stop. Officer Walker then additionally activated his emergency siren, but the suspect vehicle continued to flee. The pursuit continued for 7 miles on southbound I-75 and lasted for approximately 5 minutes. The pursuit was terminated by Officer Walker at southbound I-75 and Woodruff Road, the southern border of Brownstown Township on southbound I-75. During the pursuit, Officer Walker observed the suspect vehicle traveling at speeds ranging from 66 miles per hour to 76 miles per hour in a posted 70 mile per hour zone. Officer Walker was able to pull alongside of the suspect vehicle on southbound I-75 after terminating the pursuit and could clearly see the driver and sole occupant of the vehicle who was talking on his cell phone. At that time, Brownstown Police Dispatcher Schillenberg advised Officer Walker that she was on 911 with the driver of the suspect vehicle who had identified himself to her as Sean Christopher Miller. Dispatcher Schillenberg stated that Mr. Miller informed her that he knew he was being pursued by a Brownstown officer, but would not stop because he wanted to return the suspect vehicle to his sister in Monroe and knew he had warrants for his arrest. Officer Walker subsequently conducted his own lean/SOS search for Mr. Miller and was able to positively identify Mr. Miller as the driver of the suspect vehicle during the pursuit by his Secretary of State photograph. During the pursuit, Officer Walker was on routine patrol in full Class B uniform, wearing an external body armor carrier with a visible badge and police written on the back of the carrier. He was operating fully marked Brownstown Police Department Patrol Vehicle 1809, which is equipped with an audible siren and emergency blue and white flashing lights. A lean SOS check for Mr. Miller showed that his driver's license was suspended on the date of this offense and that he had multiple warrants for his arrest, including one with our department.
Based on your sworn testimony, I find the crime of flee and elude fourth and drive while suspend first was committed. There's probable cause to believe the crime was committed by the defendant. I'm going to authorize the issuance of the complaint and warrant. You sign the complaint. I sign now the complaint and warrant for the arrest of the defendant. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Mandy K. Goltowski, 20F233-035, A and B. Your name?
Mandy K. Goltowski.
You owe money? Let's see here. You got a driving on a suspended. Have you been sitting here all morning?
I don't have to check in. I'm here. I thought I checked in when I walked in at the desk.
What you got? So, Lisa, can you check this file, please? Looks like, oh, it's a surety bond. You gonna pay this? You've had this outstanding since 2020.
Yeah, how much is it? Yes, I can.
You can pay it now, today? It's a lot.
Oh, well,
Well, why?
I don't have an excuse.
I know you don't. Nobody should or does if they haven't shown up in 5 years unless they're fighting in a war. How much does she owe on these, Lisa?
She owes $414 on the A case and $362 on the B case.
I need to pay you $776.
No, I do not.
Well, how much time am I supposed to give you? Come on. Come on. You've had 5 years.
I mean, I don't know.
I don't know either. Where do you work?
I work at Dixie's Gate, man.
Go get the money. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
How much money do you have with you?
I probably have 100.
What are you doing?
I mean, I don't make that much money.
Ma'am, I asked you to pay $50 a week starting October of 20. And I told you if you didn't have the money to come and see me, and you never did. And here we are 5 years, almost 5 years later.
I've never seen you before.
I sentenced you on this back on September 1 of 20.
Might send me through the mail.
I've gotten uglier and older, I'll give you that, but that was September of 20.
I've never been here.
Well, what do you mean you've never been
I've
here?
never been here. Not once. I've never been in this courtroom.
The Zoom hearing, Judge. I think that was COVID times.
I see. You were here by COVID. by Zoom.
Yes. Oh, okay, yes.
You were
That was-
still in
okay,
front of me.
I remember now.
You were still in front of me.
Okay, I remember now, yes. Yeah, I don't remember. I do remember now, but that was a long time ago, so yeah.
So what am I supposed to do? Give you another 5 years?
No.
Well, come on, this is ridiculous.
It is. I don't have it for you, but I will pay it.
You live on Harris Street still?
Nope.
Where do you live now?
I live at 4369 Avenue E, Newport, Michigan.
4369 Avenue E.
Right, 166.
I don't know how I want to handle this. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna adjourn the hearing. You pay 100 on the civil infraction today.
Yes, sir.
I'll adjourn this a month. How much do you think you can come up with in a month?
I could probably come up with most of it.
Give me a date in about a month, Lisa.
June 11th at 8:30.
Is that enough time?
Yes.
All right, that's what we'll do. Go down the hall, pay $100 on the 305B, that's the no insurance, and then come back on June 11th. They'll give you the notice. Good luck. Thank you. Who do I have in here?
That's Warthen.
All right, let me take Wilson Tallison real quick. People against Salitha Chanel Wilson Tallison, 25W837860. Ma'am? Your name?
Salika Wilson.
Did you meet with a lawyer today?
Yes, that's right.
Who?
Your Honor, Josh was appearing on behalf of the people. She did not want to meet with the lawyer. I advised her to write to the lawyer. She wished to proceed forward.
Okay, so you're gonna waive the reading of the formal complaint, and I'm just gonna go into this. Is that okay? And I'll take this plea as you agreed upon with Mr. West?
Yes.
Is that fair?
Yes.
So I'm entering a not guilty plea, and then you're gonna plead to the municipal civil infraction under 96-50, and you're gonna keep that child in school, right? Right?
No, I'm saying, you know what, he has behavior problems, so, I'm going to the school after I'm here to talk to the principal and the superintendent, to take him out and to see about putting him in the school for kids with bad behavior.
Your Honor, the child has been currently suspended from school for allegations of assault of another student and assault of a teacher, so the child is on suspension.
Jeez. You gotta get him through high school. He's gotta behave. Is his father in his life?
Yes, my husband's present.
All right, so I'll take this plea under 96-50 to municipal civil infraction violation. Do you plead responsible or not responsible? I'll accept the plea, dismiss the misdemeanor, 250 is your total. Do you work, ma'am, at all?
No, I'm not working right now.
How are you gonna pay this?
I was gonna ask if I can get on the payment plan.
I know, how are you gonna pay it though, if you're not?
I can pay it, I get paid like once a month, so
How are you supporting yourself?
monthly, I get a check monthly.
Okay. All right, so how about if I have you pay $125 on June the 7th? And then the balance you can pay by July 7th? Can you do that? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Now, ma'am, if you don't have the money, no problem. Just come on up here and talk to me. I'm really not that bad. If you show a little respect on her before the due date, I'll give you all the extensions you need. Just don't ignore me. Fair? Good luck. Wish you well. Thank you, counsel.
Thank you.
Is Ricky Lee Worthen here, or was that a warrant? What are we doing on Mr. Worthen?
He's on the docket, Judge. I was,
Ricky Lee Worthen, 21W8288077. Mr. Worthen, your name? You're on mute. You're muted. You have to unmute. Mr. Crawford, get Mr. Crawford in here, will you please, on Horn? Gosh. Nicholas J. Horn, 25T704-225FY. Come on up to the podium, Mr. Horn. I need Emily in here on this one again. I don't know. I can't keep him in here.
he's unmuted, Judge.
I get it. Ricky Lee Worthen, 21W8288077. Hang on a second, I'm going on to another case. You gotta. Your name, sir? Mr. Worthen, your name? I can't hear a word.
Lee Worthen?
There we go. You're charged with failure to pay fines and costs. Balance owing 1448.19. Where are you right now? You're in custody of MDOC?
That's correct.
How long are you supposed to be there?
My earliest release date is April 11th, 2026.
Congratulations. How old are you?
I am 36.
You had a mess of your life, huh? Shocking. Well, I'm not waiving I don't mind waiving I'll waive the fines, but I'm not gonna waive the restitution. So what do you want to do? You want me just to keep the file open forever? I mean, I'm not gonna waive the restitution. You owe them restitution amount of $823.19. Can you come up with that and I can waive the balance and then we'll be done?
I can get a hold of my girlfriend and see if she can't come up there and pay it.
All right, I'm gonna adjourn this, Lisa. I hate to do this. I don't know what to do with you, Mr. Worthen. Why are you doing this to yourself? Nice man, you seem like a nice man. How long do you need? I'm gonna adjourn this. Lisa, how can I do this again?
How long do you want to give him?
Well, how long will it take, Mr. Worthen?
I'm going to try to get on the phone this afternoon and see if I can get a hold of her. See if she can come there in the next few days.
And MDOC likes a little bit of a notice. So if we can go out like 2 or 3 weeks.
That's what I'll do. So she'll come up here. I'll waive the balance of the fines and costs if the restitution's paid. That's $823.19. That's what he still owes in restitution, right, Lisa?
Yes, that's correct.
You give me a date, we'll adjourn this. You want to go to early June?
Yeah,
It's like he's going anywhere.
June 10th at 11th.
June 10th at 11 o'clock. Okay, sir?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Your
Get
Honor.
your girlfriend to come up with that and I can waive the balance on the fines, but I wish you well. Good luck. Thank you. People against Nicholas J. Horn, 25T704-225FY. All right, Mr. Crawford, your appearance? Your name?
Nicholas Horn.
Emily Casino.
What's he doing?
My client's gonna plead guilty, Your Honor. It's not going to trial.
He's going to admit that he was drinking and not this nonsense about uncooked cognac. Is that true or false?
True.
Is that what you're going to do?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you plead guilty here, you have two technical violations. You could get 10 days. Do you understand that? Did you sign, read, and understand the advice of rights? You plead guilty, you'll be giving up all those rights, and there will be no hearing or trial. Do you understand that? Is the council consuming alcohol, testing positive on a sober link on April 24 of 25? How do you plead?
Guilty, Your Honor.
Did you drink alcohol knowingly before that?
Yes, Your
What kind of alcohol?
It was cognac, Your Honor.
But it was not in the course of your work as a chef?
No,
Where were you drinking at?
after work.
Count two, that you failed to refrain from consuming alcohol on April 24th of 25, testing positive on a sober link at 11:39 PM. How do you plead?
Guilty, Your Honor.
Did you still test positive at that time?
Yes.
Count three, that you failed to refrain from consuming alcohol, positive on a sober link on April 25 at 11:55 PM. How do you plead?
Guilty.
Count four, that you failed to refrain from consuming alcohol, testing positive April 25th at 12:11 AM. How do you plead?
Guilty.
April 25th at 12:26 AM to the charge of failed to refrain, testing positive on a sober link that day.
Guilty, Your Honor.
Count six, failure to refrain from consuming alcohol, testing positive on a sober link on that day, April 25th. How do you plead?
Guilty, Your Honor.
Count seven, failure to refrain from consuming alcohol, April 25th, 12:58, positive results for sober link. How do you plead?
Guilty, Your Honor.
Anybody forced you to plead guilty? And this was all as a result of drinking the cognac after, when you were out with somebody?
Yes.
Did you go to a bar?
No.
Did you go to their house?
No, I was by myself. I was not with anyone.
Where at?
I just left work. I took a little bit of the cognac that we do use in
I
the
know, where were you drinking it?
outside in the alley, just waiting on my ride to pick me up from work.
I'm gonna just count this as one technical violation since all these emanated from,
Thank you, Your Honor.
who's this?
I'm loving.
You know what you're doing to your mother?
I do, Your Honor.
I don't know if you do.
I do. I'm not happy about it, but I'm not pleased with my actions.
Well, why would you come in? Listen, did you hear anything I said before? How long you been sitting in the courtroom here today?
4 hours.
Did you hear anything about what I was talking about? I mean, this goes directly to somebody's character as far as I'm concerned.
Yes.
You come here and lie to me to my face like I'm stupid. I hate that.
I apologize, Your Honor. It was not my intention.
Well, it might. I didn't say you wanted to make me feel stupid, but you lied to me in open court. And there's nothing more, I don't know.
No, I understand, and I'm sorry, Your Honor.
How's he doing with everything else?
I mean, he hasn't been on probation very long.
I know, not even
But
2 months.
Our appointment was supposed to be yesterday and I told him just to appear today. But as it stands right now, I don't have proof of his outpatient treatment. I don't know if he brought his 12-step sheet with him today. And then his court work program days are scheduled.
So, Your Honor, my client will be having a report that he has registered at the guidance center. Should we start tomorrow at 9 AM? He'll provide whatever documentation necessary to probation.
If I may, Your Honor, I have took it upon myself the initiative to enroll myself into intensive outpatient.
That's what starts.
Okay.
How often is he testing again right
So
now?
he turned the sober link in May 1st and then he's testing you have a bi-weekly for 4 months.
Don't lie to me again.
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything else?
No, Your Honor.
I would just like to thank you for the mercy of the court, Your Honor.
How do you know I'm gonna be merciful? I wouldn't count on it. I don't like people lying. I'll tell you what, here's what I'll do. $100 costs. You're gonna serve 1 day on the court work program. You're gonna pay $35 for that. You're gonna serve 4 hours of community service, which is to be done by July the 1st. You're to be on a SoberLink device by the end of the day until July 15th. You're also to test weekly until July 15th. Then if you're clean, I'll make it bi-weekly. You have 21 days to appeal, 14 days to apply for a court-appointed lawyer. You made this worse by lying to me. I'm telling you. You're going back on the SoberLink. You cannot do this. If you're hanging out in an alley at whatever hours at night waiting for somebody, and now you're concocting stories about teeth whitener and cognac cooking oil, cooking. If that's how you had the cognac. That's what I'm doing. Can you pay the $135 today?
I can pay Friday, Your Honor.
I'll just say pay by May the 21st.
You have to pay for the SoberLink too, you need a little bit.
I'll give them till May 28th to pay the costs. And you can go over and get the SoberLink. It troubles me that right after that, you're out there doing it. No more. Good luck. People against Pryor, Khalil Lamonte Pryor, 25W837702. Your name, Mr. Pryor?
Attorney Mike Baldwin, House Counsel for Mr. Pryor.
Name?
Khalil Pryor.
This can be a plea to driving on a suspended, true?
Yes.
Is that what you want to do, sir?
Yes.
If you do that, the possible penalties are up to 500 fines, 93 days jail, costs are all those 2 points. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
And did you sign, read, and understand the advice of rights?
Yes.
If you plead guilty, you'll be giving up all those rights and there will not be a hearing or a trial. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
To the charge driving on a suspended, how do you plead?
Yes.
On February 6th of 25 at 9:19 a.m. were you operating a motor vehicle on Allen or Van Horn in Woodhaven? Was your license suspended?
Yes.
Are you on probation?
No.
Paroled?
No.
Anybody in the world force you to plead guilty?
No.
Please accepted to that charge. I find it to be an accurate plea, made voluntarily and understandingly. Counsel,
Judge, we went through his driving record. He has a host of warrants. I've counseled and advised him on the importance of not driving without this license. It just keeps compounding the situation. He knows his business. He knows when he needs to take care of. He has a speeding ticket out of Georgia with, I believe that's gonna be a warrant as well. So he's got a host of things.
who's the third party poster here? Who posted the bond for you?
So is my girlfriend, sorry.
I hope she's gonna post the bond or apply the bond today, because if you don't have the money, if she's not willing to do that, you're gonna have a problem with me, okay?
It's understandable, sir.
Can you get her down to post that?
Today? It probably won't be today, she at work, it'll be sometime this week.
Well, I don't know if it can be, let me see what he's got.
It's enough.
It's what?
It's enough. There's enough in there.
I'm sure there is.
Permission to speak, Your Honor?
No, please no.
Okay, no, I was just,
What do you have to say?
no, I was just saying that, I'm currently working on 2 real estate deals, and they should be closing around the 1st, so I was hoping to just use that money to kind of take care of it.
100 fines, 170 costs, 75 victims' rights fee, $50 justice assessment. Attorney fees of 40. 435 or 93 days, and I'm gonna have you pay this by June the 6th. Do we understand one another?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you don't have the money, come talk to me. Don't ignore me again, all right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good luck to you. I wish you well. Griggs, Aaron Griggs. Aaron, David Griggs, 23W832-565A and B. So we're gonna go ahead and adjourn this. They didn't put the guy in front of the camera. Can we set this pretty quick, Lisa, you think? I don't know what's going on
Is it
this.
Oakland County? So that's the issue.
Yeah, I get it. So I'm gonna let you just set another date on these, okay?
Okay.
As soon as you think we can, it's kind of old, so the sooner the better. Maybe my next Woodhaven docket. We'll go from there. Do I have anything else, guys?
I still have 2 on Zoom. They're Mr. Crawford's.
Judge, I'm gonna be calling Ms. Cosby here shortly and seeing if.
I
we-
gotta go, yeah, do
See if
that.
we're gonna resolve this case.
Fine, please try to do that, okay?
Mr. Khalil has yet another file. Do we want to go ahead and set it for another future pretrial date or resolve it?
Is that in front of me? Khalil Pryor?
Yes.
Judge, we just determined he's got a second file that driving a suspended license that happened on April 16th. The plea you just took was from February of this year.
Is this one my file too?
So,
That was the one that you resolved.
I know, but this one he's got.
Yes.
Well, let's just adjourn it. Let's just
I'll
set
write
it.
it.
Okay, we'll adjourn it, Judge.
And then, thanks, okay.
Mr. Crawford has 3 more cases, 2 are co-defendants.
Can you take one of those, Mr.
I can do
Baldwin?
whatever you need me to do.
Yeah, let's have him do 1 or 2 of those.
Okay, I'm here, so I'm ready.
Yeah, let's,
And I'll call Cosby here.
please do that now, okay?
I'll call her.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh.
a 10-year sentence that you've agreed to. Do you understand?
Yes.
I am handing you the trial court certification that shows this was an agreement that I followed, and so you've waived your right to appeal. I have also handed you a written admonishment regarding your ineligibility to possess a firearm or ammunition. Obviously, you know this because of the case against you, but I'm required to read this. Because of the judgment entered against you, you are ineligible under Texas law to possess a firearm or ammunition. Possession of a firearm or ammunition could lead to charges against you. Firearm is a legal term, and you should read the written admonishment I provide you to see what devices qualify as a firearm. If you have questions about the laws that make you ineligible to possess a firearm or ammunition, or about how long that lasts, you can talk to Mr. Rojas. All right, good luck to you, sir. And then Charisma Venardo, Mr. Rojas. I need to take care of Mr. Remind me to do, no, Al, he just has that one more. I can. Morning, Mr. Coleman. Let's see. Wow. Wow, Mr. Coleman.
Well, Judge,
No, I'm kidding.
I'm happy to offer next week.
I'm sure you have a good one. I know you do if it's coming from
This
you.
is the right thing to do. I believe so. I think Mr. Rojas and I are in agreement on it.
under the service.
How you do?
Good morning. Are you Charisma Verado? And will your client waive the formal reading of the indictment?
She will, Your Honor.
Ms. Varnardo, in cause number 25, DCCR 0342, the state has elected to proceed on the lesser included offense of a Class A misdemeanor from March 3rd of 2025. And how do you plead to that charge? Are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily? And are you pleading guilty because you did what they charged you with? I have here on the computer some documents that have your signature on them that the state's marked as exhibit number 1. Before you signed these, did you go over them with Mr. Rojas? And do you fully understand them? And do you understand, if I follow the agreement that you've made with the district attorney, that you'll be waiving or giving up any right to appeal? And are you a U.S. citizen? State tenders number 1.
No objection.
It's admitted. Is there any evidence that Ms. Varnardo is not competent?
No, Your Honor.
All right, ma'am, I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily. Find that you're mentally competent and understand the nature and the consequences of your plea. Find sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and at this time find you guilty of the Class A misdemeanor of assault. Sentence you in accordance with your agreement to 180 days in the Jefferson County Jail. You will receive credit on that sentence for any time that you've been in custody that the law gives you the right to receive. I'm going to hand you the trial court certification. That shows that this was an agreement that I followed, and so you have waived your right to appeal. Yes.
Your Honor, if I may add briefly for the record, the state's offer in this case to lesser included and dismissed convenience cases reflects the fact that Mr. Ross provided me with some background information on this defendant that I think lends itself to this plea. Not only that, the allegations or the charges, while they are serious charges, they essentially consist of kicking a nurse, and the other companion cases consist of spitting on 3 other nurses. So, given the factual background and the other information and her lack of condition, that's how we arrived at that recommendation.
Thank you, Mr. Coleman. And Ms. Varnardo, I will also sign dismissals in the other 3 cases as part of this plea agreement. All right? Good luck to you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. See, Michael Davis, Mr. Parker, and Ms. Malfino.
That's fine.
It's not next week, by the way. But you can talk to Patty, I'll be in a good mood now.
Michael Davis.
I mean, Mr. Mayor. That's the right thing to do. Still, let's see.
Good morning, sir. You're Michael Davis. And this is cause number 19-32496. Mr. Davis was in court previously, entered a plea of guilty to driving while intoxicated with a child under 15 years old. There was a punishment. It was sentenced, and it has been less than 30 days since then. And I've received a motion for new trial that has been filed by Mr. Parker that states that Ms. Malfino, you're in agreement with this motion because there was a mistake in y'all's calculation of time credit. Is that correct?
Correct. The purpose of this, judge, is we're trying to get him out of here because he pled out on his case, the underlying case that caused the motion in Harris County, and was sentenced to probation over there. And one of the conditions of probation, it's not safety, but it's an in-house treatment facility over there. And so we thought he had more credit because he had been arrested in October, but apparently the motion wasn't filed. and it wasn't filed till like January, so he didn't have credit for that time that he was actually in custody.
He may lose that bed over there based on that
Okay.
probation. So ours was a state jail felony, which you allowed us to offer a 1244 on. He just didn't have as much credit as it appeared he did based on the offense day. There was not an appropriate
Right.
rule or something. like
We've
that.
got an agreement, if the court allows this, we got an agreement for a little less time, basically.
I'm fine with that. I guess I'm wondering,
And I just kind of did that off the top of my head, a motion for new trial with the nunk of the judgment and then resentencing, if that would.
well,
work.
we would have to do the whole, if the motion, which is fine, we'll just have to go through the motion to revoke again.
Right.
Get pleas on that.
That's fine.
Is there, what about just a motion to reconsider, can we just change?
I
think
can
I
do a
need to-
motion, an oral motion to reconsider
I
sentencing.
don't want anything orally done
Okay.
because it won't make sense in the file
Yeah.
that I just changed it.
Yeah.
Let's just do it this way. I'll grant it, the motion for new trial, and then you guys can get the paperwork done and we'll take that plea up in just a few minutes.
It would be okay with the court for us to just proceed on count one, which was that new offense in
Sure,
Harris County.
I'm fine with that. We don't need to, the less we have to go through and read, the better.
We got it done, she's got it.
All right, so then that's done, just be reopened or whatever, however that works. Mr. Rojas, you have, Misha Wells, so sentencing. Good morning, you're Maisha Wells, and Ms. Wells was previously in court, entered a plea of guilty to the second-degree felony offense of assault on a peace officer. I've received that pre-sentence report. Has everyone had an opportunity to review the report?
We have, Your Honor.
And are there any additions or corrections to that report?
Not from the defense.
Not from the state judge.
All right, Ms. Wells, I'm going to find that you previously entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily. Find sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, I'm going to follow the agreement that you made with the district attorney. Defer all proceedings and place you on probation for 7 years. You're ordered to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation, and that's going to include being on the mental health caseload and receiving whatever help you need. You have to follow through with any help through Spindletop. You'll be ordered to do that. So if you have an appointment, if they recommend medications, whatever it is, you need to do everything that they're asking you to on probation and through Spindletop. If you do all that, this is an excellent opportunity because you do not have a felony conviction on your record. And if you successfully complete the probation at the end, the case will actually be dismissed. You'll never have a felony conviction. The other side of that, though, is if you violate any condition of probation, you don't follow the rules, you don't go to treatment, whatever it is, then you're going to end up back in here. You could be found guilty of the offense, and you could be sent to prison for between 2 years and up to 20 years. Do you understand? All right, I'm handing you the trial court certification that shows this was an agreement that I followed, and so you've waived your right to appeal. You need to have a seat here in the courtroom. Probation's going to call you up to her desk when she's ready to go over your paperwork.
And Your Honor, I'm filling out a dismissal on the companion case.
Okay.
Ending in 2447.
I will sign that dismissal as soon as it comes through in that case. Thank you, sir. Mr. Burbank, are you ready on Renisha Chason? Sir.
We approached before we get out.
They were transferred. Okay. All right, you're Renisha Chason, and this is cause number 19-33107 and 24 DCCR 2351. It looks like you're on probation for burglary of a habitation, and then there's the new case of injury to a child, elderly, or disabled individual. And there's been a request for me to set bail on the motion to revoke case. Is that correct?
She currently has bond on the other one, and then a motion to revoke was filed.
And
If I may give the
yes,
just a brief
please.
procedural history. She was, excuse me, on probation in criminal district court. We have the co-defendant on probation in this court. He is still at large on the injury to a child. I have met with the marshals. They are aware and they are diligently attempting to serve that warrant to get him into custody, which will help me proceed on the case. I took it from CDC and Mr. Ham because it appeared with the co-defendants in numerous cases that it would be easier for me to handle everything together, and they agreed. There are some things we'd like to let the court know, if we may, off the record with respect to Mr. Burbank's conversations with his client that would help the court understand what direction we're going. But
Matthew Edward Garrett, 25W838-289. Where's Mr. Garrett at? Is he here or is he out there?
He's a Zoom operator.
He's on Zoom, Judge, but he hasn't spoken to anyone.
I think we're moving for an adjournment on that file. Judge.
Okay.
And I'm filling in for the attorney of record, Mr. Crawford.
Okay, your appearance?
Attorney Mike Baldwin, 265417, filling in for the attorney of record, Mr. Crawford.
Mr. Garrett, your name?
Matthew Garrett.
All right.
Mr. Garrett, can you see me?
We're just gonna go ahead and adjourn this. Give me a new date, Lisa.
May 28th at 9:30.
Okay, May the 28th at 9:30, okay?
Well, why is it being adjourned again?
Your lawyer's, the one lawyer's tied up,
Okay.
okay?
You said May 23rd?
No, May 28th,
28th? All
2
right.
weeks from today, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, we'll see you at 9:30, and hopefully we'll have you here at 9:30, okay? I know you've been waiting out there. My apology.
No, I appreciate it.
Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
Pryor, Khalil Lamonte Pryor, 25W838-459. I need Mr. Horn's file.
Attorney Mike Baldwin, House Counsel for Mr. Khalil Pryor. Sir, can you just state your full legal name for the record?
Khalil Lamonte Pryor.
All right.
Thank you. We're adjourning this matter.
He stands mute, waives formal reading.
He does.
$500 personal bond. You cannot leave the state without the consent of the court or violate any law. You must appear in court as directed. 500 personal. Make sure you show up this time, will you please?
Yes, I've also advised him to pay that ticket that he just was adjudicated on.
So we'll give you a new date on this. Are we doing the 28th on this one, Lisa?
Yes, 9:30.
At 9:30.
So would it be this month or next?
Okay?
Wait, until May this month?
Yes.
I can't hear you. May 28th.
Okay.
All right? And we'll see you back here then.
All right, thank you.
Good luck. Nicholas Horn. Nicholas Horn, 5T74225FY. I don't know what to tell him. He's got a problem. Your name?
Okay, Attorney Mike Baldwin, House Counsel. I do believe I'm filling in for the attorney of record, Mr. Crawford.
Name? Mr. Horn, your name?
Nicholas Warren.
So what's the issue?
I just need 48 hours or 36 hours to be able to come up with the money to get sold. My check won't hit until tomorrow morning.
Your mom won't loan it to you?
Even if me and her put our money together, she's not working right now, she's retired, she only gets one check a month. And, with this check, she had to pay a lot of bills. I also had my son's birthday, we spent a lot of money on the party this
All right,
day.
okay, good enough. I'll let you get on the sober link, but no later.
I just need Friday, Your Honor.
2 days. 2 days. Yes. Okay.
So by May the 16th then, okay?
May 16th?
Yeah, May 16th
Your Honor, I really appreciate it.
until July 15th. All right?
Thank you, Judge.
Best of luck.
Thank you.
If you stay clean for a while and you're having money problems, you can come back. I might consider taking the sober link off.
Yes, Your Honor, I appreciate you.
All right, good luck.
Have a blessed day.
Do we have another one here?
Yes, we do. We have two adjournments, I believe. These individuals who are co-defendants. I'm not, I thought the files made it up to you. And they did.
All right. Corey James Browse, 25W838594, and also Hannah Faye Souls, 25W838601A and B.
Attorney Mike Baldwin, House Counsel, on behalf of the defendants with permission, on behalf of the attorney of record, Mr. Crawford. Correct? Yes.
Sir, your name.
Corey James Browse.
All right, and ma'am, your name.
Hannah Faisals.
All right, so, and these two are co-defendants, correct?
That is my understanding, Your Honor. I have not reviewed the file.
And for purposes of arraignment, do they stand mute and waive formal reading?
They both stand mute and waive formal reading for purposes of arraignment.
So I'm entering not guilty, please. Now, there's gonna be adjournments for discovery. I'm gonna go ahead. Mr. Viola, I don't know who that is, but Mr. West, your appearance,
Josh Westerberg on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
do you happen to know what Mr. Viola's first name is or not?
I can ask Lieutenant Toller, can I step out real quick?
Sure.
God, I had the reason I was supposed to get surgery. I understand. What's the date on this one here? 24th. I understand. So we watch.
Your Honor, again, Josh Westerberg on behalf of the people, Your Honor, the complaining witness in this matter is Thomas Viola, Viola.
Okay. So here's what I'm gonna do. Do the people have any objection to a personal bond?
No, Your Honor.
All right, so let me just, give me 1 second. All right, so I'm gonna give both of you a personal bond. It's going to be a $1,000 personal bond for each of you. I'm gonna sign the orders granting discovery. Here are the bond conditions, 1,000 personal, so you don't have to post any money. Excuse me, but neither one of you can leave the state without the consent of the court or violate a law. You must appear in court as directed, no contact with victim Viola, Thomas Viola. You cannot write, phone, see, text, email, or communicate with him or have anybody else do any of those things for you or on your behalf. You're not to have any contact with prosecution witnesses except through your lawyer. You're not to possess firearms. You're not to possess dangerous weapons. And both of you have to go over to Woodhaven Police Department today by 2 p.m. to be fingerprinted and photographed. That's today by 2 p.m. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so we'll give you a new date, and then you'll fill out a petition for a court-appointed lawyer if you cannot afford one. Do you work, ma'am?
Yes.
Where?
I work at First Watch in Woodhaven.
How much do you make there?
20 an hour, I work part-time.
How about you, sir?
I work at Beer Haven,
How much do you make?
19 an hour.
Plus tips?
No, sir.
What do you do there?
I'm a cook.
Okay, we do go into the 28th, Lisa?
Yes, 9 o'clock.
May 28th at 9 a.m. Okay, guys?
Judge, one moment, please. Judge, my client goes in for a surgery on May 27th, so he will be under.
Okay, we can give him another date later.
Thank you very much.
What will that be? June, what, 11th, Lisa?
June 11th at 8:30.
June 11th at 8:30 will be your court dates, both of you. We're gonna have to make sure we give them separate lawyers. June the 11th at 8:30 will be the court date, okay?
Yes, Your Honor, thank you.
And I wish you both well.
Thank you very much.
And I've signed the orders granting discovery, and you do have to go over again today to Woodhaven to get printed and photographed. All right, best of luck to each of you. Any questions, Ms. Souls? Any questions, ma'am? Sir, do you have any questions?
No, sir, thank you.
Anything else, counsel?
No, Judge, thank you.
Thanks a lot. Good luck. Thank you. So we should give them these orders too, Lisa.
Folks, can you look at the counter? They're gonna have some paperwork for you.
Okay.
Thank you. You bet, that's what I. That case is mine.
I've still got one on Zoom.
Which one's that?
Lori Potter, she's in custody at Wayne County.
You want me to take care of that, Judge?
Where's is Mr. Crawford not talking to her?
Mr. Crawford, Your Honor, is talking to Mrs. Sanders right now. That case is set for trial before your court in 2 weeks.
Yeah, I'd like you to talk to Ms. Potter.
Sure, and I spoke with Ms. Cosby.
I'll speak with you and Ms.
Before we leave. Okay.
Is Foley Carter still here?
She's waiting, yes, she's here, she's done, she's just waiting on your.
Let's unite and her chambers right
I
now.
don't know if she can hear us right now.
Who?
Foley Carter.
Well, I'll get her.
Okay, she
What-
might be on Zoom.
No, she's not our prosecutor today, so she's not out there.
Well, she was doing Judge Heston's.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
also, okay, the jail's been out there a while. We're gonna lose them.
Why don't you take the one with the jail first?
Potter?
Yeah, and then,
What jurisdiction is that, Lisa? West?
That is Woodhaven.
Okay, I'll write it up right now.
Perfect, thank you.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. It's a Brownstown.
Brownstown, okay. I
You're
can't
off
help
the
you.
Judge, do you want to do the no-shows right quick?
No.
Okay. Okay.
I don't need it put that on the record.
Okay.
An underlying offense for which she is on bond, the way it's indicted, I don't want the court to know it doesn't involve a young.
And it's a second degree felony offense,
And
okay.
she's on second degree probation.
Okay. And so with regard to the bond, do we need to take a break and talk about that, or what is your position with regard to that? Do you want to take a?
Just a short.
Okay, just go have a seat over there, please, or wherever the bailiff wants you. You're done, huh?
What?
What are we doing on yours? Oh, y'all are doing paperwork? Is it done? Here it is. Michael Davis. So, do I need to take the original motion to revoke and do it again?
I don't care about this one. Hey.
Or take the, you know what I mean? Since I rejected the offer, it's like a motion for any trial, it's like we're starting over.
Sure don't act like it.
Yeah, maybe.
Five eight.
Good morning, I'm sorry, Josh Western, on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Michael Crawford, representing Ms. Sanders, and Sanders State, your name is correct.
Brianna Sanders.
She's gonna plead to the civil infraction
Yes, Your Honor.
of parental responsibility violation, and then they're gonna dismiss the misdemeanor.
Correct.
That's right?
Yes, that is our.
That's what you want to do?
That's under section 96-50.
Right. It's a civil infraction. Do you understand that?
Yes.
To that charge, violation of that section 96-50, responsible or not responsible?
Responsible.
Why are you shaking your head?
I'm responsible.
I'll accept the plea, $250. How often is the child missing?
For
Yeah,
me,
yeah.
it was, there's, 22 days now.
So what's going on?
Their dad has them on every Tuesday night, and he wasn't taking them on Wednesday, and then he was having them on Thursday night, and he wasn't taking them on Friday. So in November and December, they missed 2 days with their dad.
Well, I hope he understands. They don't graduate from high school, they're never gonna make a living. So I hope he's saving a lot of money to give to them. He needs to get them to school. I don't know what the status is. I mean, are you divorced?
Yes.
Maybe you need to go back and talk to the judge. If he can't bother to get him to school, then maybe he shouldn't have them overnight. I don't know what to tell him.
I agree.
$250, you're all set. Good luck, man. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
That's the last Woodhaven case, Judge.
Thanks a lot.
I'll see you in 2 weeks.
Sounds good. Have a great day.
Yeah, and-
Thank you very much. Take care.
Mr. Crawford, you all set?
I think so.
Okay.
Thanks a lot, Mr. Crawford.
Thank you.
Then we got, Mr. Baldwin has Potter County. And then Amy gave that file, right?
Yeah, where's it at?
Passed me with the file walking.
Went to the arraignment attorney. They have to call first.
Yeah, I can start doing it. Trevor Morgan Guile, 25W7471A and B. On the A file, we're going to issue a show cause. On the B file, defendant was defaulted for failure to appear back on, or today. People against Joshua Mario Wilkes, 25W836159. We're going to issue a show cause on this for failure to, actually, we're going to issue a warrant on this for failure to appear. And it is going to be 5,000, 10% at this point. People against Lajeunesse, Monique Madeline Lajeunesse, 25W838622. Defendant failed to appear. We're going to issue a show cause. Thomas Allen Parrott II, 25W836229. We're going to issue a show cause in this case. Dustin Lee Haupt, file number 25W 837-511 A, B, and C, and also 25W837744. On the 837744, we'll issue a show cause. Actually, we already did. I'm going to issue a warrant, 2,010%. On the C file, defendant was defaulted. or is in default, was defaulted April 30. On 7511A, defendant didn't appear for either one of these, some issue a warrant. Didn't appear at the arraignment pretrial, nor at the other, at the show cause 3,000, 10% on that. And on 511B, defendant failed to appear for both the arraignment and pretrial, then the show cause 2,000, 10% on that. Stacy Sherelle Mitchell, 25W8377, 45A and B and C. On the super drunk charge, 4,000, 10% for failure to appear. You can call up on that. And then on the open intox, 1,000, 10% on that. And then on the C file, warrant issue, 2,000, 10% on that. People against Doyle, Riley Scott Doyle, 25W837-918A and B. On the A file, the suspend file, 3,000, 10%, failure to appear for show cause, and defendant was defaulted on April 30 for failure to appear on the civil infraction charge. Al Shami, transportation, 25W838-176. So he's got to get, or somebody's got to get these show causes just to companies don't do any good. We're going to have to issue show cause versus owner of the corporation. So I don't know if he can run it. I'm talking about Shane.
It's me. It's always me.
All right, well, we need to do that. This is 2 or 3 times we've sent show causes. On those corps, I don't even see a point of sending out a show cause until we know the name of the owner. People against, or the principal, I should say, Chiquita Marion Williams, 25W838354. It's Jim Warren, 3,000, 10%. Bailey, Stephen Charles Bailey, 25W838436A and B and C. On the C file, 2,000, 10%. And are you writing that one up? On the A file, 3,000, 10%. So it's for failure to appear for show cause. And on the B file, those are already taken care of. People against Gordon. Raymond Charles Gordon, 2OF-233-563A. On the suspend charge here, looks like it's in the name of Raymond Charles Gordon, right? Let me just double check something here. Right, Tabitha, or I don't see who posted it, but there's a bond here. We're gonna apply the bond on that to payment of fines costs. Who's our arraignment attorney? Is he ready? Justin Gregory Estep, 25M481857, 213 cash assured. Jesse Lorraine Gardner, 25B147705, 195 cash assured. Where is Demetrius Lamar Hurd Jr., 254M471682B, 213 cash assured. Do you have Potter's files down there? 25G306266, Austin Jager Hicks, 153 cash assured. Appear for show cause. Tommy Huffman Jr., 25W837248, 213 cash assurity.
Second, thank you.
Cupid Islove Jones, 25W837276, 237
He's waiting
cash.
for Brownstown to call.
Alien Zayman Khan, 25B147350, A and B, and 25T644506, 213 cash assurity on that. On the 3050B, 213 cash as surety and 213 cash as surety on 350A. J. John Maurice Yanili Bay, 25F243, 246A. 21 cash as surety, B, 213 cash as surety, and C, 213 cash as surety for failure to appear for all those show causes. Caitlin Marie Bentley, 25T642894, 184 cash as surety against Black. Joanne Lynn Blackburn, 25B147727, 213 cash as surety. Russell Bray, 24F243012, 237 cash as surety. Jayla Clark, 25T644559, 195 cash as surety. And Teresa Marjorie DiStefano, 25W8372571, 195 cash as surety. People against Lori Potter, 25B147879, A and B, and 24B 146892.
Attorney Mike Baldwin, appointed counsel P 65417 on behalf of Miss Lori Potter for both files. Miss Potter, can you please state your full legal name?
Lori Sue Potter.
Thank you, Judge. Today's the day.
Wait, I'm lost. I've got 147879 A and B.
Yeah, that's going to be no contest to an A and B and resisting and return the older file, the 892.
Judge Hessen's already sentenced her on this one. It looks like, yeah, Judge Hessen sentenced her January 29th. I'm not going to dismiss this.
On the 892?
Correct.
The 892 is on the docket for a contempt hearing, just non-payment.
Well, I'm not dismissing the case, though. You guys got me dismissing the case. Your name?
Caitlin Foley Carter on behalf of Russell Township. In light of that, we would move to dismiss the resistant hinder on the 2025 case if she pleads to the assault battery.
Jeez, Pete's.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. Do I have, okay. Would you rewrite this up then? It's going to be a no contest plea just to assault and battery, and then I'm going to dismiss the resist and obstruct on 879B, and then Judge Hessen can deal with her contempt charge on the other file.
The 892.
Correct. And then I will go ahead and dismiss the one assigned to me, 879B, right?
Correct. It's a no contest plea. Lack of mental recollection, Your Honor. I do believe there was a state of inebriation.
Well, also, not only that, there's a possibility of civil litigation. Ma'am, your name again?
Lori Sue Potter.
If you plead no contest to this charge, and I'm talking about the assault and battery, it has the same effect as a guilty plea. The possible penalties up to 500 fines, 90 days jail, 93 days jail, costs are all those. Do you understand that?
Yes.
You are presumed innocent. They have to prove you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt if you plead no contest. Again, you're giving up your right to a trial by court or jury. You're giving up your right to question their witnesses, to bring in your own, to use the subpoena powers of the court to bring in those witnesses. If you plead no contest, you'll be giving up all those rights, and there will not be a hearing or a trial. Do you understand that?
Yes.
You understand that, ma'am?
Yes.
Counsel, you stipulate I can use the police report to establish a factual basis?
Yes, Judge.
And you do as well. I've had it marked Peoples 1 to the charge of assault and battery. How do you plead?
No contest.
All right, let me review the report. All right, and this is possibility of civil litigation. You also said lack of memory, correct?
Yes, Judge.
All right, are you on probation or parole right now, Ms. Potter?
No.
Anybody force you to plead no contest?
No.
That plea is accepted. Pursuant to agreement, I'm gonna go ahead and dismiss 79B, which is the resist and obstruct. And there is no global resolution with regard to the other resist and obstruct. Judge Hessen already sentenced you. So I'm gonna reschedule this for a contempt hearing. We'll reset the contempt. Why is she in custody? Just these files?
No, I believe there may have been a violation of a PPO consideration by a family member, but Judge, I do believe that, that in addition to that, she does have some jail credit on this file. I just don't know.
I'm just trying to figure out if I want to let her out on this file. Is she in custody on the other file?
I don't know, Judge.
Judge, I looked up on the jail site and I only see our case, our Brownstown case.
I think she's got about 7 days jail credit.
Well, I gotta set a sentencing. I'm gonna set a pre-sentence report on this.
Yes, Judge.
Ma'am, where do you live? Where do you live right now?
Right now, I'm homeless.
Do you have a place to go if I let you out?
I'll find somewhere to go.
Ms. Potter, listen, you gotta stop this. You're kind of getting a little old for this, no disrespect. You're a lot younger than me, but come on. I'm gonna let her out. I'm gonna give you, any objection with PR?
I would only object insofar as every time that Ms. Potter gets out, she returns to the address and has contact with the complainant. In the case, that's why she's currently in custody.
Ms. Potter, listen to me. I'm willing to let you out, but if I find out you've had any contact or you go back to that Telegraph Road address, I'm gonna give you 90 days. Do you understand me?
Yes.
No, I want to make sure don't just tell me yes and then mean no. Do you understand me?
Well, I don't really have anywhere else to go right now.
Ma'am, I cannot let you go back there. If you want me to keep you in jail, it's up to you. I don't have any choice. I'm not going to let you have contact with them until we have the sentence. I don't know what to tell you.
So when will I have the sentencing on that? Because I think he should drop the PPO.
I don't have anything to do with the PPO, ma'am.
Okay.
Nothing to do with the PPO.
I
Ma'am,
can call my daughter if I can see if I can stay with my daughter.
I'm gonna let you out, ma'am. Let me finish. I'm gonna let you out on this. 3,000 personal sentence date. Let's try to do this soon, Lisa, but they do have to do the PSI. You need to come up to the courthouse and do a pre-sentence report. I'm releasing you on a personal bond. When can I do this quickly, Lisa?
May 21st at 8:30.
I'll do it next week for you, and we're gonna give the victim notice.
Judge,
Okay?
I think there's a bond on Judge Hessen's case also.
Well, what I did is I just kind of incorporated that into, I think.
Okay, I just want to be sure you're changing that one also.
I don't know if I am or not. All I see is a personal bond on this from May 5th to 25 that I set. And this one, it looks like once I reduce this, she should be out. So I can release you. No contact with those victims, Douglas Heckert or Matthew Lyles, it looks like. Do you understand me, ma'am?
Yes.
All right. Wait a second here. Yeah, that's what I'll do. And I'll give you May 21. I wish you well. I really do. Ma'am, stay out of trouble, show up. Don't make this worse than it is, please. I'm gonna be fair with you. don't not show up and don't go back to that residence and don't write, phone call, see, email, any of those people. Do you understand that? Eckerts or Lyles? Do you understand that?
Yes.
And on top of that, if they've got a PPO on you, Mr. Eckert, then you're gonna have a bigger fish, you're gonna have a fish to fry there too. With a circuit judge, okay? So don't do that. Do we understand one another?
If I need to go get some of my stuff from there, could I, get a police escort? Cause all my stuff's there.
Oh.
Your Honor, can she have one civil standby?
I know, but what, you know, man, I told you could do that back on January the 24th. This is May. Didn't you do it before?
I was in jail for, another matter from running from my ex
All right, well, let's
in
do.
Macomb County.
You can go to the Telegraph residence, but only accompanied, so call them, will you? But only accompanied by the police. Do you understand that? Once and once only. So you're gonna have to make arrangements for them to meet you there. Do we understand one another?
Yes.
And it will be once and once only. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay,
Thank
good
you,
enough.
Judge.
I wish you well. Good luck. Don't make this worse than it is. Show up for sentencing. I'll be reasonable with you. Ignore me and I'm not gonna be reasonable. Good luck. Thank you. Come on in, Mr. Baldwin and Ms. Foley Carter.
I know that he's doing all of this with.
I can move it all over. But the problem is, like, I didn't have it on this morning, and the first thing I do is go pick up a weed eater. I'm like, oh, you can't do that.
Let me, I think that's probably best. And then maybe if there's a way for y'all to scan it in, that way you can name, when y'all scan it, you can name it second something.
Yeah.
That's not this. Okay, back on the record in cause number 19-32496. And sir, again, you're Michael Davis. And Mr. Parker, will your client waive the formal reading of the motion?
You will, Your Honor.
And it's my understanding we're going to go on count one only, correct? Mr. Davis, I have a motion to revoke your community supervision. Shows that you were placed on probation March 3rd of 2021 for the offense of driving while intoxicated with a child under 15. And that was a 2-year term in the state jail that was probated for 4 years. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
It alleges in count one that you committed the offense of driving while intoxicated third or more February 5th of 2025 in Harris County, Texas. And is that true or not true? Did you enter your plea of true to count one freely and voluntarily?
Yes, ma'am.
And because you actually did what it says you did? I have here on the computer some documents that have your signature on them that the state's marked as exhibit number 1. Before you signed these, did you go over them with Mr. Parker?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you fully understand them?
I think so, yes, ma'am.
And, well, do you understand that if I follow the agreement that you've made with the district attorney, that you'll be waiving or giving up any right to appeal?
Yes, ma'am.
State tenders number 1.
No objection.
It's admitted. Is there any evidence that Mr. Davis is not competent?
No, Your Honor.
And so, Mr. Davis, I just want to make sure that you understand that if I follow the agreement, it's for a 120-day term in the county jail under Section 1244 of the Penal Code, which means you have the state jail felony conviction, but you will be able to serve any time in the county jail. You will be given credit on that for any time that either we had a hold on you or you were in our county jail. Is that your understanding?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, then I'm going to find that you entered your plea of true to count 1 freely and voluntarily. Find that count true, find sufficient evidence to revoke your probation, and at this time revoke your probation. Reassess your punishment in accordance with your agreement to a term of 120 days in the Jefferson County Jail under Section 1244 of the Penal Code. You will receive credit on that sentence for any time that you've been in custody that the law gives you the right to receive. I'm handing you the trial court certification that shows this was an agreement that I followed, and so you have waived your right to appeal. I've also handed you that written admonishment regarding your ineligibility to possess a firearm or ammunition. We went over that a few weeks ago. I'm not going to read it again. You understand that you are not eligible to possess a firearm in Texas. All right, good luck to you, sir. You can go back with the bailiff.
Thank you, Judge.
Mr. Kimler, you have Christy Capel. Have we seen Langston?
We reset it. Remember, he passed on his hearing.
Mm,
Sorry, I forgot to mark it up.
you did tell me that. Good morning. Good morning, ma'am. You're Christy Capel? And Miss Capel, in cause number 24 DCCR 1037 and 2240550 is on probation. And there's MTRPs filed. What is the announcement?
Just gonna enter pleas of true, Your Honor. There's no agreement, and we were gonna ask, I have a question I was gonna put to the court about the restitution in the case.
Okay.
Debbie says,
What is
We have
that?
a PSI from back in November, because it says previously a bond forfeiture, she must have pled and then had a bond forfeiture.
I think I've got a copy of the PSI in my file as well, Judge.
So, okay, well, let's go back then. It looks like Miss Capel was in court. Sometime back in November of 24 or October of 24. The case was set for sentencing January of 25, and there was a bond forfeiture. Ms. Capel didn't show up for that sentencing. So I guess the question is, are y'all ready to go forward on sentencing based on this pre-sentence
The
report?
state's ready to proceed.
Your Honor, if I may, I believe in consulting with the probation officer, there's $2,446 in outstanding restitution. I'm sorry, 26.
2,426.
26, no, 26. The defendant is, could possibly, could, with
Are you
difficulty,
making,
with difficulty
hold on,
could come up with that restitution.
hold on. Are you making an argument on what you want me to do right now?
Well, she hasn't paid the restitution up front yet. My question to the court is to be direct, as if she were to do that, would that affect the court's sentencing decision if upfront restitution was paid in full? Because I don't want to tell, you'll pay the restitution in full and it doesn't have any impact, because Mr. Coleman.
But we're here for sentencing today, so I feel like it's too late for that.
Well, she could, if I could reset it to Monday, if we could pay it, possibly pay it
I
this
think
week, if
there's
that's gonna
still, well,
impact.
we still have to talk about failure to report, failure to
Right.
submit to alcohol drug testing, failure to comply with JCDI and her drug patch, and the fact that she didn't show up for her sentencing, and so.
Correct, Your Honor. I understand all of that. She's already pled true, I'm sure, to all of that. But would it affect the court's sentencing decision if the restitution were paid, is my question.
I
Because
would,
what Mr.
I would
Coleman
think
doesn't
common
care.
sense would tell you that anything you can do that you're supposed to do while you're on probation would probably help. I don't know that that's gonna help you stay on probation, but help in some way potentially, yeah, I mean,
Okay.
that's,
Can we reset it for Monday for sentencing then, to give, they don't get paid this week?
that'll be Tuesday.
Or Tuesday. Then we can proceed with sentencing Tuesday.
Yeah, and I'm gonna want information on where she's been, what she's been doing since she didn't show up and when we got her in custody. I don't know, if you can visit with her here and just kind of do a little update for me, that would be great. All right, we'll reset it for 1 week. I need to look at this one too, because I guess because she didn't show up, I don't have any notes on it. It's almost like I didn't.
Because it wasn't set for sentencing. I
Oh.
never just set those for sentencing, because I
think-
don't know if you're gonna
Okay.
accept it or not.
Gotcha. I'm loading up next Tuesday, aren't I?
Yes, that's okay. Bruce Smith, I think is all we have, and then I have one other thing that Ashley just told me to add on that, but I need to talk to you.
Mr. Smith on Calvin Randall.
Oh, I know, well,
Calvin Randall, Mr. Smith, and Mr. Philip Smith as well. So you're asking,
What is asking if the court will reduce the bond? What's really going on, Judge, is that we got a hearing on a motion to revoke in July the 2nd. He's asking the court to reduce the bond so that he could possibly spend some time with his family before July 2nd in the event you do revoke his probation.
all right, you're Calvin Randall. And so Mr. Randall has 3 new cases. Cause number 24 DCCR 1278, charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Cause number 24 DCCR 1529, charged with unlawful carrying a weapon on alcohol premises. And cause number 24 DCCR 1530, charged with evading arrest or detention with the use of a vehicle. Then we have cause number 21-36882. Mr. Randall is on probation currently for aggravated assault causing serious bodily injury. There is a motion to revoke probation in that case. There was a request previously for me to set a bond, which I did back in June of 2024. There was a bond set in that motion to revoke case, it looks like. That obviously hasn't been made. There are bonds in all of the others, a $15,000 bond, a $100,000 bond, and a $200,000 bond. And we have gone through, if I'm correct now, what y'all are saying, there were pleas on the motion to revoke, and that is set for a hearing July 2nd.
Yeah, he pled true to some of the administrative counts.
But we're set for an actual hearing with regard
Approve of
to,
the new offenses, Judge.
okay. And you're asking me to reduce the bond on those cases?
Yeah, he's got a total of like $325,000 worth of bonds on, the biggest bond is the motion to revoke bond, which is a $200,000 bond. He's requesting that, I mean, he lives here locally, he's willing to wear any kind of GPS device, whatever, his main motivation is that he would like to spend some time with his family prior to coming back to court on July the 2nd, in the event the court does revoke his probation.
Mr. Philip Smith?
State's obviously opposed, Judge. There are some jail incident reports from May 5th. There are also others that go back to February, and then some from June of last year as well.
Well, the incidents on May the 5th is deal with, they requested that his blood sugar was above 300, and they requested that he do insulin, and he says, no, I'd like to try to get it down myself. Well, they made that to be an incident.
I'm not worried about
Well, it was
that.
also disrespectful and encouraging other inmates to be disrespectful. He wants to jail.
Yeah, there's another incident from that same
2
day.
from that same day.
Hold on just a second. I'm taking judicial notice of the court's file in each of the cases, just to get myself kind of caught up to speed again, reviewing the probable cause affidavit that has to do with those new cases. Okay.
two of the cases, the misdemeanors were refused by I believe, unless I'm misspeaking.
I don't know what misdemeanors you're talking about. I mean, we've got an evading arrest with a vehicle, we've got unlawful carrying alcohol, a weapon on alcohol premises, and a new aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, all new cases that have been indicted.
Yeah,
It looks like there was probably, based on the probable cause, I'm guessing there was an evading on foot, potentially, just a regular evading, because that's what one of the allegations.
For example, the weapon on the alcohol is not going to be, as a matter of law, it's not going to be viable because the premises that he was alleged to have been on does not serve alcohol. And the statute's been amended that for him to be guilty of that offense, it has to be a premise in which they serve alcohol and those premises do not. And
The S&S Grocery doesn't sell alcohol?
huh?
The S&S Grocery on Concord doesn't sell alcohol?
It sells alcohol, it does not, you cannot consume alcohol. And the statute's been amended to say you have to, it has to be a premise where they consume alcohol.
Okay, I haven't read that, but that's fine. We still have the aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and the evading arrest with a
Correct.
vehicle,
That is
regardless. Okay, and we're set July 2nd.
That is correct.
No, your motion's denied in all of the cases. I think based on the nature of the underlying offense that Mr. Randall is on probation for, and the fact that the allegation is a similar allegation, another aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, the evading, all of those underlying facts, I'm going to deny the motion to reduce bond in all of those cases. And we'll see y'all back on July 2nd for that hearing.
Yes, sir.